So there's that. Screen. Everything is now going through my headphones. And now give me 2 seconds to remember what happened last week. Or the last time we were here, I should say. I think, if memory serves, last we were here, the the continuing fight of the Scions uh, continued, and you guys strategically took them out. Basically, at the end of it, Archie offered to pay everybody a substantial fee for the crystals. Which, now that I think about it, I forgot to work on the rest of those. That's okay. I can look at them later. Fought some air myrmidons, and then you made your way back to the Black City, where. Hold on, let me check my notes. Did I leave myself anything? I did not. Damn you, past me. Anyway, you guys made back to Black City, turned in the quest, got a bunch of experience. Found out I think it was enough to go for 2 levels, right? So that's like 4 weeks of downtime. No, I'm sorry, but I've been stuck in another D&D world all day. Its rules seeping into my brain. Let's see. It was
The Beacons Elemental.
yes, but
I think it's 1 level, and we're like that close to the next
no,
level.
it's two. It's two levels for everybody else. Those of you who have extra XP have slightly varied yourself. Because I did remember taking a look, and it was like you guys are going from like 10 to 12. You guys, I remember making the comment. You guys have finally caught up to Monday's party, just from Monday's party to now gain extra experience. They gotta keep lapping you. um,
And I know they were going to readjust our guild card. Because I believe we were level C on a kill on the guild, and we took on a level A to S quest. And they're like,
it's
oh,
definitely an S. It was
yeah.
definitely an S. It ranked out as an A, and you guys beat it as an A, but it was actually an S because S is technically the classification for anything that is regional affecting, as in it could affect an entire region of the world. And you know those creatures all each had regional effects. So I mean, that's if that doesn't qualify, I don't know what would. They weren't quite world ending, but they were definitely region changing. Yeah, so you guys, that's right. Okay, so after you did that, you turned the quest in, you made your report. The guild realized that they had made mistakes. They couldn't change out the quest from the way it was set up because of its nature that it was set up as. So instead, they decided that they're going to reevaluate you as a group, and possibly a rank up could be in the future, somewhere even up to the rank of A. It's going to be up to the association to decide, though, because yes, a C rank party can take on an A rank class or an A rank quest, but this was clearly S level, and yet by definition that shouldn't be possible. So at the very minimum, they need to promote you to B to legitimize you taking this quest, or depending on how they view your record, they may bump you all the way to A. That's what your representative said. After that, that's when you guys decide you need. I think it's 4 weeks. Yes, two. I was right the first time. It was 4 weeks of downtime in order to get your 2 levels.
Yeah.
That means I need to give All right, you guys took all the experience away from Snick. I remember now.
He's level 16.
I know.
He doesn't
Doesn't
deserve it.
doesn't make him feel any better about it. Actually, no. Isn't Snick dead? Dead?
We revived him.
Did you?
Remember? Yeah, I used Tomb True Resurrection. It was we were talking about if his soul does come back, and you're like these elemental gods wouldn't care. So yeah,
You're right, because the one who had him in particular literally doesn't care about anything other than stone giants.
yeah.
So you're right. You used Tomb card, and then yes, I remember it was a sidebar because I didn't really know much about that particular elemental god because he's kind of obscure. So I had to go look him up and see what his stance on like keeping souls was. So yeah, so you guys are pretty much at the point where you're deciding when to take this 2 weeks or what to do next.
Oh, taking a downtime, right?
I believe so. I believe we all.
How long do we want to take, and when do we want to meet up?
Should we take the full 4 weeks, and then just meet up back here? What level? What's the next level do we have to do to go meet the for the next trial?
12.
You're literally about to go into it.
Okay, so yeah.
But he
Yeah.
also told you that he'll call you when that happens because the
Okay.
next one is going to be a lot. You guys took the easier ones first in terms of getting set up. The other two are a little bit harder to set up and get going for the handler because one. So your two choices left are political favor and handling things in the political world, or commanding an entire army and proving that you can do that.
So I think the 4 weeks would be good.
So it is Myth 12th, so 1.
It would be
So
a
return
32,
on
which would be
Lucomont 22.
it's Lockmont. It's literally the Kroll's month. Lock month.
Lockmont 22.
Hey, the names may sound weird, but they are named for a reason. And it's the same reason why our days in the real world are named the way they are. Because they are based on somebody.
Oh no, it just it levels up with one more time. Unless we're 99K 400.
That sounds right.
Yeah. The next one's 1,000, so we need like around 600 more.
Then you're at 10,000, because I'm not going to make you wait.
Oh, yay!
Believe me, there are some wiggle room in how much XP you guys get already. I will give you the extra 600. If this were like level 1 where 600 would mean a lot more, I'd care. But at this point, you guys have done enough that you probably have earned that 600 in RP and stuff like that that I haven't really been awarding for. Or factoring, I should say. I award for it, I just don't factor it in sometimes.
Fun.
Okay, so we'll go around the table.
I haven't picked a feat yet.
You're good. I mean, you got time.
Oh, I know what I want. I actually know what I
I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between the Adventures Guild, the Mage Guild, picking up some stuff, and doing my training. And depending on how that goes, I might travel a couple different planes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go round table first. So, Topic, you have 4 weeks of downtime to spend to get yourself up to level 12, I believe.
It's not here.
Is it 12? I thought it was 11.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, I just gave you guys 600 experience because Oni reminded me that you're 600 short, and I said you probably get 600 experience just from RP. So I'll just give it to you.
Oh, it really is just 600. Damn, I didn't realize it. I thought I
Yeah,
heard you.
it-
I heard you talking. I just didn't realize that's what you were actually talking about.
if it was more, I would care. But 600 at this stage for you guys, 600 is a drop in the hat, and you guys have done enough RP. You're attentive. That 600 is not a big deal. So we'll go ahead and level you guys to even 10,000. Right. So how would Topically spend his 4 weeks of downtime to get himself to level 12?
Trying to take over the black market.
I don't think that
Ever
counts as training as a wizard.
I don't have much training to do. It's all spells. I'm trying to see if I have anything to do, but I'll come back to me. I don't actually know if I have things I need.
That is a true wizard downtime, though.
What, trying to take
It
over the
is.
black market?
You're trying to take over something.
Mm. But yeah, it's probably going to be learning spells. I'll see. Like I said, I don't think I gotta look at what my actual cool shit I picked up, but like I said, I'll start with doing spells and yeah, slowly worming my way into the black market. But let me do some shit. So you can jump
You're gonna
to
have to find the
whoever's
black
second on
mark?
the list. I already know where it is.
Didn't it get destroyed because the dragons all swarming? Oh, wait, no, it was the thieves.
Okay, so Tophic needs to come back to him. Oni.
He's gonna be going to the Mage Guild to level up, and on this downtime, he's gonna be spending it with Avatar. For the first 2 weeks, each 2 weeks, he's just gonna draw 2 cards.
So 4 cards total, essentially.
Uh, yeah. How many do I have left? 29. So
Deck's getting a little light. As you enter the Mages Guild, surprisingly, no one is getting arrested and pulled away for fraud.
Yes.
So you're able to spend your time with a elderly dwarf who I think I ruled this guy. As I said, give me a second. I just have to go look up what the subclasses are called again, because I swear they changed them on me. Are you kidding me? Screw you too. 5e tools.
Okay.
All right, you know what? Homebrew manager. Basically, he is an astrologer just like you. He just leans more into seeing into the stars more than using cards. I just can't remember which one that one's called at the moment.
But
It's one of these. One of them is more about seeing the future via stargazing, while the other one is more leaning into cards. Fortune teller. That's not it. Is that Charlatan astrology?
I think that would be
Basically, yes.
Yeah. You have
Yeah,
to
that's
get
the
it.
one that they read the stars to deal with more about healing and whatnot. Anyway, you're learn from a Shirley, an astrologer. But the differences between the two of you aren't that vast. So, um, sorry,
There you
messaging me in the background. Right. So we'll spend 2 weeks, and then you're drawing 4 cards total, or 4 weeks. You're drawing 4 cards total.
Yeah, for
You
4
totally,
4 weeks.
you totally want to take that ooze, and you totally want to take that comet.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
The
no. No, let's go with the pit. Go with the pit. That's the one you want.
I've been in the pit too many times. Actually, just one
Okay,
time, but
then
that's too many.
go with the fiend.
Having a powerful fiend just
Casually have an interest in you. All right. Let's see. So, sorry, things are running slow on my end. Vondar, Roran, I guess is what you are today. How are you spending your 4 weeks?
I'm going to head to I forgot the new name you gave it, but Druidbane Swamp. I'm going to start using plant growth to try and accelerate the terraformation.
Ooh.
Righteous. Righteous. The DM has also forgotten what he's called it. 1 second, I'll pull up the DM's map. This is why I made the DM's maps. I wouldn't have to, so I wouldn't forget things like this. Foundry data maps. It's in here. I think Smog Marsh, if memory serves.
Sounds
Yeah,
close.
Smog Marshes. Because the surveyor was not very creative when he came up with the name.
Yeah, I've been waiting to get. I thought plant growth was a higher level than it is, so I kept waiting to get it, and then I finally looked it up and found out it was level 3.
Oh, how long have you had 3rd level spells?
Ages.
I think he his 3rd level was at 5th level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for 4 weeks you definitely do that. I mean, it's a vast swath of land, so I mean, you make a great impact on the local level. Obviously, if you're looking at this from like the map's perspective, it's going to be a smaller area because the map is huge. But you feel like you get in 4 weeks you get a decent amount of training that brings you closer to nature and the aspects of being a druid, and you also clean up a good chunk of the swamp. You'd also notice that it's probably been reduced by 30% overall with the help of the terraforming machine. And do me a favor, since you're in the area, roll me a perception check and a D100. You don't need to call otter even. I just need to see the D100.
Eesh. 2 and a 3.
That's not terrible, but it's not great. So the 16, you would notice that the machine seems to be running efficiently. You're not entirely sure how it works. It looks like it's like sucking up the burnt, sludge, I guess, the ash mixed with the mud, and then it's kind of like sucking in some of the uh, errant smoke clouds, and then it just seems to like output that's on one side, and then on the other side it seems to just output like a cleaner type of mud, and it seems to be doing its job restoring things. Yeah, the 44 tells me that it's going to still take a while. It's running efficiently, but not as good as it could be. But this is also terraforming tech, so this is kind of new area for someone who isn't an artificer or a space traveler. But yeah, so I'd say about 30% of the swamp has been reclaimed, and with your efforts, I could even go as far as say 32% now.
That?
All right, and so finally back to what was it that you were doing again?
Well, I got to get that anime power, so I got to go to the Adventurers Guild. I got to go get some spells at the Mages Guild or Adventurers Guild, wherever I can find them. I send you that list. Then I'm going to be spending time tuning it out, and then also going to spend time plane shifting.
So we're going to the Adventurers Guild to pick up a power, going to the Hunters Guild to look up bounties.
Mage Guild to get spells.
Mage Guild. Spells, okay. This isn't the party that's banned, so you're good. Let me see. This will probably be a first for you. As you go to the Mages Guild to ask for those various scrolls and spells, they're not going to let you have some of them. And you're going to find out this because you don't have a Mages Guild rank.
How do I get one?
I'm sorry, sir. You do not qualify to become a member of the Mages Society. So I'll send you the list of the ones that they would say no to, but essentially anything above 5th level, they're going to tell you straight up no.
Son of a bitch!
And your actual class is Toon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't qualify. Because they have no metric for how a Toon is supposed to operate. You Toons are supposed to stay in Toontown where you belong.
God damn.
Toons are super destructive. You saw how bad it was just for them rocking around in the beginning.
Yeah, but damn to say you Toon stay in Toontown. Like, damn. You can't like say damn.
I mean, that's fair enough. Yes, I agree with you. The DM, I absolutely 100% agree with you as the person.
Oh yeah.
But as the architect of this world, this is how people feel about Toons. It's kind of this is a side tangent, but this is the same problem that one of our original players ran into when he would keep playing monstrous races. I'm not going to stop you from playing them, but you qualify as a monster.
There will be roadblocks.
Yeah.
There will be people who just straight up are like, no. Especially when you play a giant centipede.
No way.
Yeah, he tried to play a giant centipede who was a pacifist, which was funny in its own right, but he got arrested on the spot because ArcSet was not having it. And he can't even say I was being necessarily like against the player because the Spider Woman also got arrested. So it was just the monstrous people in general. And then some poor old guy who apparently had decided that RP was more important than the game. Anyway, side tangent over. In other words, Toons are treated similar to monsters because they are ecological disasters. And that's because no one has developed the method to stopping, or Toons have rather not developed a method for stopping their own nature from affecting everything.
I have.
You are barely a Toon anymore. tuning class, your species is all over the place. Yes, you're correct. If you add things in, it can technically weaken the class's overall, or the race's overall problems. All right, so we talked about Mojo, we talked about the adventure skill. If you're doing special movement, that one's actually pretty easy. And I'd say because you're trying to develop a special one, you'll need to do a little bit more training. But as far as the actual base power goes, they've got it. It'll cost you probably 20 because it's not particularly powerful, but it's also not one of the useless ones.
20 guild tokens?
Yes, sir.
Sold.
And then what was the third thing you said you were going to try to do?
I have some upper planes I need to travel to.
Are you talking about Terra? Are we talking about Terra?
I have my list somewhere. 1 second.
Feel free to send me the list because there may be some differences.
I love this. Casting time. 1 reaction when you see a creature within 60 feet of casting a spell. Range. Touch. How does that make sense?
It doesn't. What spell is this?
It's a Siphon in the Neverending Codex. I'm just laughing. I'm like, hang on.
Oh,
How the
right.
fuck? I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. How can it be touch and 60 feet? No, I'm gonna go with the 60 feet thing. Because
Yeah,
it's
probably.
actually a spell interrupt. I'm like, when am I gonna be next to somebody casting a spell that I don't want them to cast? It's like not a
Yeah,
lot.
that's fair. That's fair. And I did forget to bring this up. I don't know if I remembered to message you in your chat.
Ooh.
Oh, I did. I did mention. I don't know if you wanted to retroactively act upon it, Roland, but when I forgot to tell you before you guys were leaving the Scions, each body radiated with an energy similar to the snake that you found uh, the golden elixir from.
Yeah, if I felt that, I definitely would have approached to examine the bodies.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and because that's my bad. We'll go ahead and make some retroactive. Go ahead and then make me like 6 investigation checks. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Well, every one of them except for Oozing Freedom would let you in.
Bastards.
And you would know that it's not the slime side that's stopping you. So when you try to enter Oozing Freedom, you'd actually be the first player to try to do this legitimately and not brute force your way through it. Wow, dead down the middle. When you try to enter Oozing Freedom, it is different than other planes. So most planes you do have to have permission to enter unless you find the ways around or the shortcuts, because a lot of elemental planes actually have shortcuts on the material plane to get to the elemental plane. You should have to find them. Oozing Freedom does not have a thing that's at least been documented. But to enter Oozing Freedom, you actually have to have the permission of 2 divine beings. One is the elusive Bubblegum, and the other is the chaotic Charlie. And I'm pretty sure one of those sides just kind of gives everybody a free pass unless they know outwardly that they're a problem. So you would know that you have 1 out of 2 2 deities permissions to get in to enter, but you need the second one. And he does not appear to give it, at least not right now.
Thank you, sir.
But the rest of them you can definitely visit through your various methods. So, for our retroactive checks, when you check all 6 bodies, you feel the energy from all 6, but 3 of them stand out enough that you feel like you, if given time, you could extract the elixir like you did the first time. But this time you don't have to actually break the crystal to get it, because these creatures are unique. And assuming that you do extract these elixirs, with a little bit of studying and effort, you'd find that it actually is exactly how many you need to break the first level.
Chug 'em.
But you also get the feeling that when you do this, it's going to get harder every time to do it through this method. So the next time, 3 is probably not going to be enough.
I'll drink them.
Death Ward.
Okay, so
Guidance.
Sai just randomly shows up out of nowhere. I'm kidding.
Well, this
Tyler,
was-
this is all retroactive. I know, I'm kidding.
Every time he drinks, I'm guidancing him. You can do
Okay.
it.
So as you drink them, this isn't as harsh as it was the first time. Mainly because you have benefits that you didn't have before, just being a demigod. Or, not a demigod, quasi-god, because technically you're in what's called the hero rank. So as you take them, the only thing you'll need to do is make a con save 3 times, and you just need to succeed on 2. And he said he's giving you guidance, so you can apply it to all 3.
Nice.
Wow.
That is good.
18, 20.
Okay. Well, I mean, you certainly succeeded. The bar wasn't that high. In fact, you succeed by no less than 3 on one of them. So you feel the surge of divine energy flow through you. Somewhere in the cosmos, there appears to be a rift or a spatial opening that what's the word I'm looking for? You feel like your understanding of your domains, in particular nature, has been enhanced. And with this, you gain all the first rank extras that you get as a divine. And as far as the outward appearance, as you guys watch him chug these elixirs, drop Death Ward, and all that jazz, you see he just glows with this gold. And you're actually the first to do this with your unique ability that was where someone can see it happen. As this gold spreads out, since you are all familiar at this point with how Warren's powers work, it almost looks like his star sign activates as a field of gold, almost waves, appear to stretch out around him. And you see 2 fish going in opposite directions, but kind of jumping through, going into the water, jumping through, going into the water, as there are sparkles of gold flecks everywhere in the air. And then, as he makes these internal checks that steal his resolve and make sure that his physique can handle this power, it all just kind of collapses inward on him as he now it's not strong, but you could tell that there's a slightly golden sheen to him. It's not very, it's like I said, it's not very strong, but you can tell it's there. And then, so let's see, that was Sai. Back up to Grumpy, since Grumpy would need some extra time. Did you decide what you'd like to do?
So going over my basically, I don't have to like any preparation for anything. I don't have any, but so like spells. So basically, I'm gonna go to the mages, and see them, and basically, I just need 6 level spells. So I know they usually have everything that's in the player's handbook available. So I will basically, spend like the first 2 days, just copying down every available spell, and probably going over and trying to. I'm gonna spend a lot of time, like I want to like hang out with Oni a lot, uh, if I can, and I want to basically cast like major illusion spells to like when he's like if I know he's coming around a corner into a room to make it look like I keep putting back on my faceplate and I do have like a real face like so I'm gonna act like I'm a real person like just over and over again like just act like I'm putting my faceplate back on almost every time I see him.
That's funny.
Anytime, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for. But I and again and then for like my serious thing is I'm gonna try to start trying to like gain influence. Obviously, I'm not going to take it over in a couple weeks, but I want to start gaining influence in the black market. Like position, try to position myself as an important figure.
Make me 2 carousing checks at advantage.
Ooh, baby, I think
Each one represents a 2-week period.
in that charisma, you said, or
Carousing, which is charisma.
yeah, a little bit of persuasion. Suck at that. All right, charisma. Be happy. Advantage. Charisma. Give me the charisma. You say you want it. You want it. 26 and a 25.
For the first 2 weeks, you visit every day, aside from when you're doing your normal things, and you're getting a feel for the black market and what it takes to get yourself established. How do you get a stall? How does one actually become part of the black market? And some people are pretty nice for underworld shady types. They give you kind of the rules. The black market is pretty much free trade. Like the only there's no rules except for the fact that um, if you get caught, then there are rules, and they kind of stress that. So like technically, if you stole from one other stall and you weren't caught, no one's going to do anything about it, and the shopkeepers just have to accept that. But if you have a way to prove that that individual did said action and stole said item, then the officials would act and actually do something about it. But you'd also find out that the black market is the domain of several evil gods. It's a very weird, almost like spoken wheel sort of power struggle over whose divine favor actually holds sway here. The most powerful of which is, I'm going to put it like this exactly, Cyric. If you didn't see my camera, air quotes, Cyric.
Nice.
And when you ask people, they actually refer to him as Cyric. Almost like there's this inside joke that everybody else understands, but there are clearly people who don't. But that's what you learn in the first week. Basically, there are no rules. The actual establishment of a space is first come, first serve. That's why a lot of vendors, as you would say, you decide one night because you don't have the sleep that you just decide to stay overnight to see what happens. The black market doesn't close. And a lot of vendors will just pretty much sleep there, like in their spot, so that it can't be taken. Because once you have your spot, like I said, technically there are no rules that are enforced unless you get caught in the act. So basically, no one's going to remove you from your spot unless they're feeling some type of way about it. And then you know that they'd have to go through a lot of effort to remove you and your merchandise, if your merchandise isn't something they want to steal in the first place, without getting caught. Because, stealing something is one thing, but removing an entire individual in their stall, that's a feat. But you have heard stories of this man in a sort of navy blue suit and strange cufflinks, strange tie that appear to resemble some sort of avian-like creature who has literally removed someone from their stall, their entire merchandise, and their entire caravan, all before someone could finish blinking. And the officials did nothing to this individual. Like, at first you think this is just hearsay and, wild stories, but the more you hear the same story told, the more you realize, no, this is not a rumor, a legend maybe, but this happened in some way, shape, or form. But you're also told that guy barely ever visits anymore. A lot of people think he's retired. In your latter half of your 2 weeks, can't believe you literally rolled threshold. And the latter half, you keep getting stonewalled. Like every time you ask a question, they answer it with a question. Every time you try to get a spot reserved so that you can start your own stall, it's like you're about to get there and then someone just appears in that spot and takes it from you. It's like the most frustrating week you've had, where you just go through all this effort and find very little gains compared to the last 2 weeks that you had.
That's hilarious.
But on a side note, because I'm not even done with the last set, unfortunately for myself, I set milestones on certain things. So, as you dream on the last night, well, you don't really dream, but when you go into your standby in the last night of your 2 weeks of downtime, you find yourself scooped up and dreaming of a space where you're walking a starry expanse. You're not sure what your feet are landing on. You feel it was solid, but it seems to be like as if the entire space is invisible, except for doors. There are doors everywhere you look. You look through some, and in the ones you just happen to choose, you see past events of your current party happening. When they went through the dungeon, when you guys fought the Scions, it's literally, 4 weeks ago, you see this. And then you see some strange times. You're not sure whose door or what door you're looking through, as you see many automatons, not many, but many as in numerous, uh, working on your automatons. They appear to be golems, but not your traditional golems in the sense of iron or things that are made of amalgamated metals and strict construction. These things appear to be the best description, the same size as the scions you just defeated. They tower. These things look like they're being built to wage wars on a continental scale. These aren't going to be used for just taking a city. They are massive. And you see a familiar crest that looks like a wrench and a sword crossed with a saw blade behind it, like a circular saw blade. And that saw blade, every two or three, I will say three, every third blade, it appears to be smudged in red. But the rest of it's like a silver and gold sort of. So the backdrop is silver, the saw blade is gold, the wrench is silver, and the sword is gold. And as you close that door and feel yourself starting to wake, you see the number 4 fade and a bright golden 5 shows up. And then you just hear a simple voice of I think her voice was sort of gentle but gravelly. I don't remember how you described her voice before. God, it's been almost 6 years since the first time you described that character.
Who?
Well, let's just say a female tiefling.
Oh God.
And you
She.
hear,
Oh,
you hear, you have reached the summit to which you can achieve. If you want to go farther, you must dedicate yourself to the goat.
shit. That's a good concept. All right.
She was technically the last bearer of the power.
Yeah, she's
that's what
probably
you
got.
know.
Yeah. She's definitely gruff. She's just a fucking. A, she's the man woman.
Yeah, I always imagined her having a feminine voice, but it's closer to the gravelly side of it because she was a paladin. She
Yeah.
embodied that.
And she smoked. I played her as
Yeah,
a
I
smoker
remember.
too. So.
And back to Roran real quick because the other person I have to talk to isn't here. Roran, as you fall asleep and dream on the last day, you see oceans before you and one black and one white fish that circles around you. You start to hear voices like whispers on the wind, and you can see these they're almost like mirrors, but they're not like actual like handheld mirrors. They're like spaces where you see um, reflections, and you can tell because you've been around this power long enough that these are other people's dreams. You can see the dreaming world and the waking world. You're used to this by now for the usage you've had as its passive ability. Um, hold on one second. I have to go look up real quick who even held this power. This was. This was. That's right, this was the lizard folk. Before you stands a sort of purplish avatar of a humanoid-like figure that has traits that resemble that of a lizard folk. And he would explain to you that you have reached the summit of your power as a 4 erases to a 5. Take care to not abuse the gifts that the fish give you, but if you intend to further explore the realm of Pisces, you must dedicate yourself to the fish. And as you're waking up, you do swear one of those mirrors, shall we say portals, appears to be of a guy who is dreaming in like schematics. But these aren't mechanical schematics, these are creature schematics, something you definitely recognize as someone trying to put together some sort of abominable being.
Do I see who this person is?
You still out there dreaming, but the sorry, I was literally interrupted by work message. As you look at the schematic, it worries you because you understand enough about monster crafting and the science behind it that the last creature you saw that you were fairly certain was created through the royal, what was called a royal chimera, is going to pale in comparison to this next one that this person is dreaming up. It appears to have like the back part of a Tarrasque, the wings of an ancient dragon, the body of a golem, and like the legs of what is that thing called? The Sylphmere? Slefmere? Basically the lower half that Nate's had, the 8-legged horse. And it looks like it's wielding. The best way to describe it would be like a Roman or Greek column as a weapon.
Eesh.
So both of you have reached level 5 in your awakened abilities, and Libra has finally reached level 4.
Congrats, guys.
You guys found the milestone. Defeat something that embodies a god. So I will finish level 4, and then I will finish level 5 for both of you. That is on the to-do list for this weekend, amongst all the crystals that I've got to finish for Faust. Okay, so 4 weeks have gone by. You guys can take your levels as you need to, apply them however you need. As you come together, Tofik, you hear the sound of hoofbeats rapidly approaching.
Hmm. I love hoofbeats.
A dust cloud comes into view in the middle of the Black City, and the sound of hoofbeats get closer and closer, and they seem to be going faster and faster until they come to an abrupt stop behind you.
Oh, I turn around.
You see a saber.
Oh.
He has a lower half of goat. He has like they're like tannish goat legs. The upper half of his body appears to be similar to that of like a halfling. Not quite that short, but he's not quite human-esque either. There's just slight differences. And he has curly hair with horns. He's wearing kind of like a strange attire. Kind of that, kind of like a suit vest, but that's all he's wearing. And then he's wearing a hat that's like improperly balanced on his horns. You're not sure how it stayed on his head as he was running. Package for you, sir. You are Paul Grimes, yes?
Yes. Interesting. But thank you,
Holds
sir.
holds out a wrapped box.
A locked box.
A wrapped box.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I was like, okay. I take his wrapped box. Um, I will underarm it, and I will ask him if, sir, would you like a cup of coffee?
No time. Thank you. Thank you for choosing to use our service today. Have a good day. As he turns and just like Roadrunner runs off super
Love the
fast.
love the hats, sir. What is the box wrapped in?
Brown paper.
Okay. Brown paper. It's heavy.
I wouldn't call it heavy. I mean, it's heavy-ish, but it's not heavy in terms of like well, the contents isn't heavy. Feel like the contents inside is actually rather light.
I will there's got to be some kind of benches and stuff inside. Somewhere
yeah.
just to kind of just sit down and and he's not the crazy kid who destroys a wrapped package. He is methodical in his unwrapping. Obviously tries to untie any kind of bow or string, you know, for some reason trying to keep the paper intact as much as possible, and he will open the package.
Dexterity check.
Oh shit. Oh,
Because you went too slow.
well, I had the I was like, that doesn't look like the character I'm playing. Right. Dexterity. Dex. Oh, not too bad.
With a 29, you successfully unwrap this box to such perfection that you don't even tear a corner. You don't fray the string. It is perfectly intact as if you just bought it from the store to wrap this box yourself.
Perfect.
And now you understand, as you look upon the box, you understand what I mean by it's heavy, but it's not the contents. This box appears to be made of some strange metal.
Oh, nice.
There's a note kind of set on top. And since you had a great dexterity check, you didn't ruin the note.
And the note says,
A present from an admirer. Keep going in the direction you are. You will eventually remember who you are. Signed, GB.
Gee. Somebody in this chat already like knows who GB is, which is funny. And I just my brain's GB. Okay. I'm glad I don't take things literally and just remain sitting here until it crashes into me. And I will I cast greater invisibility on myself and open the box.
If it's gonna shoot somebody, it's gonna shoot somebody else. I guess that's fair.
And I just don't want anybody else to see what's in the fucking box. So I figured greater invisibility on myself. I open a box and nobody else can see what the fuck's in the box.
So here's the interesting part because I literally had to go look this medal up again because I forgot what it did. As you turn invisible, the box doesn't. Instead, this pattern you did not see before reveals itself as these intricate shapes and geometric patterns start to emerge on the box. And invisibility is what again? Illusion?
I believe so. I wasn't even looking at it. I just know I have it. Greater visibility, wizard, verbal. Of course, you just don't say right here, do you? Really?
It usually says
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes, right there. Yeah.
Illusion. Okay. So I might have given away a little bit what it does, but as you cast greater invisibility yourself, the patterns. Sorry, I actually had this wrong. It is not geometric. It is elliptical, and it's almost like a perfect depiction of a star map of your world, just in this really strange cube shape, and it glows bright orange. Which is an interesting part of how this metal is created because without the geometric patterns, this metal gives off a faint purple glow.
So it's a cube, but not an actual box.
Well, it's definitely a box, but you know it's a box because having unwrapped the paper, you felt edges where the lip of the lid is. But this is definitely crafted by someone who is an expert in his craft because the seam you can't just see it. And because you cast a spell on it, you actually make this easier on yourself. The lip of the box glows. It's like it's kind of like those side tables that are like black and they have the underlighting, or like a car that has underlighting.
Yeah.
The lip of the box itself has a now orange glow around it.
Oh, beautiful box. And now I'm really gonna freak people out as I'm just walking down. I'm gonna just start walking and just fuck it, if nobody else can see it. I'll open the box. Or if I can't, I'll just start messing around with it. If it's like, oh, this is actually a puzzle, I will start spending my walk back to um I'm actually gonna go to a realtor's office or some whatever kind of thing. I want to rent um where do we stay here? Are we already renting an estate?
You guys literally just usually stay at the
Like an
Voiceless
inn or
Flute
something?
because the Voiceless Flute basically has a tab that's run up on you that you guys don't have to pay because your handler pays. That's part of participating in the Grand Quest is that you are given the free lodging.
Hmm.
But it also, now that you've been in the field long enough, you have probably heard, just on your off days, the times you've spent around the Adventurers Guild, that eventually every party, like, comes up with a base, like, the Winter House, or the wizard gets powerful enough to cast Mordenkainen's for a whole year, you hear the rumors. Or even those crazy kids who have pocket dimension that's the size of a fucking city. You've heard various things, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. You would know that it's I think it's the Department of Land Deeds and Acquisitions is what I called it. And Grim, if you remember it as something else, feel free to message me, but I think that's what I called it.
That's what it is now.
Okay, because neither of us can remember what I originally called it. All right. Also, this box, like I said, content's not heavy. Box is certainly heavy, and as you're traveling towards the Department of Land Deeds and Acquisitions, you can make me 3 checks because you are not wrong. This is actually a box that requires some solving.
Right.
I'll need an Arcana, a Perception, and probably. Do you want to do this carefully, or are you going to do this heavy-handedly?
Oh no, this is I noticed the delicate work on the box and the precision, so I would not try to pry this box. I would just basically it would be the enjoyment of actually trying to figure out the puzzle.
Then really, you sleight of hand, and it's more manual sense rather than its trickery sense.
14.
While he was making these checks, what is everyone else doing? Anyone got a company topic, or do you have your own plans for today?
So we're gonna go. I'm gonna change some of these roles. It'll be.
You guys want to go with me while I turn myself in?
What are you turning into?
32 Arcana.
Before we took the time off, they had said that Kidberry was belly up. Well, I just assumed that the teller was gonna give me a message when they wanted the money back. So I'm gonna go see if there's a finder's fee for finding out where the money is or who took it.
Do we know you're the one who stole the money?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do 32, 33, 31. Arcana,
You guys were
Perception, Sleight of Hand. Oh yes, go ahead. We were.
no, you can go.
No, were
Sorry,
we there?
I
I was just
I
trying
didn't
to tell
realize your
them
numbers
when I
were done.
rolled.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. That was all.
I believe yes, because I tried to get through the impenetrable wall, hurt myself a lot. Finally got through. Was sounding crazy because I saw angels, and they were getting Jet. They saw the tellers being buried by iridium, right? And then I held my card up and I said deposit. And the iridium disappeared.
So I mean,
And I've also said a couple other times, I think. Or I just said I wanted to buy you guys gifts.
I'd say you guys probably put 2 and 2 together and just had kept it on the down low.
All right. If that's what you want to do, we can go. I can go with you.
I mean, I didn't realize anything was wrong because, no one, I kept asking if I had warrants. No one put out a warrant for me, so I assumed it was all legit. It was just money for saving them as we're walking and talking.
Zoni back? No. Okay. Then I will just check in with him later. So just to take care of these in order, to finish up on Topic's thought, with a 32, 33, and a 31, you are able to solve the box using a combination of your skills as a wizard, understanding that there is a there is definitely magic to this metal. You can tell that it's not like spells cast on the box itself, but the metal itself has absorbed enough arcane that it is magical in nature on its own. So through a method of perceiving the mechanisms, using your arcane knowledge to basically solve, or how it's supposed to be solved, and then through the use of the motor functions of your hands, through a sleight of hand and practice, you are able to slide the latches in the correct order, and the box lid will kind of poof or pop as the little mist starts pouring out of it.
Oh, that was awesome. Like there's mist coming out of the box. I wave it away.
It continues to pour out of the box.
Okay. I try to grab. Oh, I try to grab what's in the box.
Well, the lid is only popped off. It's not actually
Oh,
off. It's just pouring out.
I got you. Okay, I thought it poofed. Okay, I see what's going on. I will definitely have to. I will stop and get out of the way of wherever because I'm still invisible. So there's just a smoking box floating. And I'll just like a kid, just like slowly open the box and just kind of see what happens.
As you do that, you see this pillar in the center of the box starts to raise up. And as it raises up, the smoke goes up with it. You can tell there's a lot of presentation put into this box. And as the pillar finally stops just above the edge of the box, so that the top of the pillar is actually above the lip.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Do you have any special sights?
I have. What do I have? Probably just. I don't think. Where am I? Where's my site at? It'd be right here, right? Resistance languages. I don't think I do.
Okay, that doesn't really change much. There's just other stuff that could be seen. As the smoke keeps pouring out of the bottom of the box, this pillar is actually above where the smoke and mist is coming out now. And on it is like a tiny pillow. It's no bigger than like 8 inches, maybe. So this pillar's not very big compared to the box. And on it just appears to be, at first glance, like a fabric. And then these little strange metal rings. There appear to be 5 of them. That, again, at first glance, don't appear to be like, one doesn't appear to have anything to do with the other.
Um, Not wanting to cheat through this, I was like, I could just cast identify. No, don't do that. Um, be a true seeker of knowledge. Uh, knowing that the magic came up when I cast something, on myself, and obviously since it was in my hand, I will cast True Sight on myself to kind of like take a look over the box and see if that changes anything.
This is why I asked. As you use True Sight, you realize now that there is much more to this box than meets the eye. As you see, these little mechanical people are like throwing chunks of dry ice that you can't see with your normal eyes. So there is a whole bunch of illusion magic going on in this box. And there are these just tiny, like minuscule sized automatons picking up these ice blocks and tossing them into this cup that whoosh, just keeps creating more and more fog. And then you see what at first glance looked like had nothing to do with each other This fabric has spectral portions that appear to weave the rest of the material fabric with this. How do I put this? What you can see in the material world is being woven spectrally through these rings. And each ring, what was once like, without true sight, they look kind of like just tiny tin rings, like very thin, almost like a ring made out of just regular wire. But with true sight, you can see that these are ornate rings. They are golden, and they each appear to have a inset gem that is currently a diamond.
Hmm. Oh, old people throwing dry ice. That's hilarious.
And while Tophet contemplates that, you're making your way to a sheriff's station?
No, I'm going to the Adventurers Guild. See if there's a quest to because the Adventurers Guild was one talking about how that thing was going. So I want to see if there's a quest to find who done it.
As you enter the Adventurers Guild on Lockmont, the 22nd, at oh, sorry, I need to set this. It's actually morning.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't edit the time. I edited it today.
You're good. That's why those buttons exist, though, because you can just adjust it automatically to 6 a.m. As you enter, there appears to be there appears to be a commotion. As you guys come in, you can kind of see like other adventurers holding back other adventurers, as it looks like two groups are about to like throw down here in the Adventurers Guild. And you can hear all in a very uncommon fashion, because in this, usually in the Black City, it's common courtesy, and like everybody who visits Black City knows this, it's common courtesy to just speak common unless you're having a private conversation. This does not appear to be a private conversation. It is being yelled across the room at each other, as like one group is holding back another group, and I mean literal group, like a group of 7 is holding back a group of 7, and then on the other side a group of 9 is being held back by a group of 10, as they're like shouting at each other in various languages. None of this is being spoken in common. One group appears to be predominantly Genasi, but they're not. It's not one type. So you seem to have an Earth Genasi, a Fire Genasi, an Air Genasi, a Water Genasi, and
Yeah,
some
Acid
sprinkling
Genasi.
of, yes, and a sprinkling of the in-between ones that we have in our setting. So like Storm, Acid, Ash, and that's right. So it's four and 3. So you have your 4 regulars and your 3 abnormals.
One of them's a couple different Genasis.
And so that was 7. So that's the group of 7. And then the group of 10, or the group of 9 being held back by 10 people, appear to be Goliaths. Like every one of them, Goliaths. And they're all either fighters or paladins. It's hard to tell, because their gear is very martial, very militant. and kind of sitting back to the side appears to be a Leonin in attire that does not match an adventurer. Like, if he's trying to hide it, he's not doing a good job. This guy is clearly a noble, and even those from the bottom rung of society can tell that he's not just any noble. The clothes he's wearing alone could fund an entire city. Maybe not the Black City, but an entire city for how much it probably cost to make it. Because you can tell the materials are exotic. And he's just sitting there in the corner, sipping tea. Well, sipping something out of a teacup and eating a lemon square. He's a silver Leonin, by the way. He has kind of a silverish gray exterior, and his mane appears to be actual silver. At least that's what it looks like, metallically speaking.
I believe I understand all languages now at rank 1. Do I understand what they're shouting?
Yes. So basically, it's primarily the Genasi that are upset, and they're basically talking about how the Boulder Crushers, which you're assuming is the Goliaths at this point, cheated in the last bout that they had in the arena, and that they were supposed to be just a straight up brawl, no weapons, no armor, no advantages. It was supposed to be a basically a down and dirty brawl where they got to so one group could prove who's better than the other, and this group of Genasi are all but being sensible and shouting at the top of their lungs that you cheated. You knew that you weren't supposed to bring those type of gloves into the fight. That is definitely true. That gave you too much of an upper edge. This was not fair. And they're just like screaming at each other, whereas the Goliaths are responding in their guttural giant speak. That no, it was totally fair. The gloves didn't add anything to the fight. They were just to protect their hands so that they didn't break from punching the stupid Earth Genasi in the face. Don't call me stupid! As he starts to shout more, and he starts to kind of charge forward, and then he's getting pushed back by these. I guess technically both groups are being held back by Leonins. It just takes more to hold the Goliaths because they're huge. And so that's the general gist of the conversation. The finite details kind of get lost in the shouting, but the gist that you get is that one group believes the other group cheated, and the other group is saying, no, we didn't. We just wore protective gear on our hands. It didn't afford us any advantage in terms of damage or being able to hit you better, and thus that falls within the purview. It's not our fault that you were too stupid to wear protective gloves. And
So are either of them lying? Because I know lies.
it's a moral gray area, so I'm going to say no.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's
They don't
definitely
think they were
semantics.
cheating because they were wearing protective gloves.
Well, and you definitely, as you hear this, you're like, okay, that makes sense. But then I assume you understand Primordial and Giant.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of you would understand the gist of this conversation. And with your ability, it's hard to tell if one's actually lying because one group fully believes that they cheated, and the other group fully believes that they were well within the purview. They just wore protective gloves like you should because that's the smart thing to do. So they're neither was really lying outright.
I know how we can solve this, Warren. We can have both teams fight us.
Circle of oh.
Typically, this was supposed to be an unarmed fight, and they Genasi are saying the gauntlets were weapons.
Yeah, basically, which I mean
But
you understand that there are gauntlets that are weapons, but
I'll say to Genasi, the gauntlets weren't invisible. You could have protested before the fight began.
Everyone gets quiet, turns for the first time, realizing that there's another group in here besides them. He just kind of makes that, he's brushing you off and just continues to yell at the other group.
I will start to raise off the room and say, "You will not ignore my ally." And if I can roll intimidation.
Go for it. Let me roll a couple of dice real quick. That makes this even funnier. The shouting stops for a brief moment, and you can tell of the two groups, the Goliaths appear to be attentive to what the two of you are saying. It's mainly the Genasi who are being antagonistic at this point. And again, I think it's probably safe for you to assume that they lost this bout and they're now just looking for any excuse. The Genasi look at you and look at you and look at you. They're not intimidated by you. You can tell that outright. But it's more of what the fuck are you? Is the look that you can kind of get from them because they're Genasi, they're primordial type beings. They're not necessarily primordials, but you get the idea. They're elemental beings. And they've seen some crazy things, but you, what are you? Like you're well successful, not so much as an intimidation factor as a you've stopped them long enough for them to actually start taking in the scenery. And Rowan looks semi-normal compared to you, but you're what exactly? So they're just staring at you now, like they don't know what to think. And I would also say, based on gear level, because normal adventurers, you can kind of tell how strong an adventurer is by the gear they wear. Obviously, player parties are a little different outside the norm because they get you talk to gods, you do things a little differently than the average being would. You kind of go for the right thing, so you might go against the grain upon this statement, but in general, when you look at a party, you can tell which one is higher tier, more experienced by the gear they wear. It's not necessarily fancy, but it's the way that it's maintained, it's the way that it's kept, it's the way that it seems to complement the person wearing it. It's not just you're grabbing the random random magical items you find in a dungeon. These guys, the Goliaths, while they're all in plate mail, and like I said, it's hard to tell if they're a fighter or a paladin based on how they're dressed. But you can tell that they're the lower level party because it's just plate mail. It's not plussed up plate mail. It's not better conditioned. It's not adamantine plate. It's the stuff that you're fairly certain that even if you didn't stop at the Adventurers Guild, there are 100 different armorers in town you can buy this exact armor from.
Yeah.
Whereas the Genasi are wearing Ifriti's bangles. They're wielding, flame tongues. They're wielding very well-to-do armor and equipment. You can tell these guys somewhere in the A to S rank. The other guys somewhere in the C to B rank.
So it was their dumbasses for saying no weapons.
Well, the higher level party lost to the lower level party.
The Adventurers Guild is no place for this petty squabbles. Take your asses back to the Coliseum. I'm gonna go over to the Adventure Guild desk.
Yes, I quite agree.
Hello, sir.
And if you were the other character, you would recognize this immediately, Vondar, but as you're Roran, you don't understand this power. He snaps his fingers and says, everyone who's in the mood to fight another adventuring party, exit the building.
I leave.
Turn around.
I'm kidding.
High five, Ryan.
Fair enough. You definitely understand that whatever he just did is very powerful. But no one here is strong enough to resist. Well, I shouldn't say that. You guys could technically roll high enough. The average person isn't high enough to resist. So I mean, if you're resisting, it's a charisma saving throw. If you're just going with it, then yes, you just walk outside, as the rest of the groups walk outside. And I'll put a pause on that for a moment. Now that Oni is back, just to figure out where Oni is, you had two groups that went two different. You had basically two groups that went two different directions. Oni, you have Tofik walking away with a fancy-looking box. Well, he wasn't really. You didn't really see him walking away. You saw the box floating away as he turned invisible and it started to glow. And then the other group is Sai and Warren going towards the Adventurers Guild. Are you going to join either of those groups, or are you going to go your own direction?
I'm kind of interested in the flying light box. I'll follow Tofik. I don't know how long I could before the box stops glowing. I can't find his tracks.
Well, the box is always going to be there. It doesn't stop being a box. I can't make it invisible.
Yeah,
And I
I'll
think
keep
your
following.
invisibility only lasts for about a minute anyway. I was thinking
It does, yes.
invisibility ones that last an hour. So I would have probably actually cast invisibility on myself. There's no reason to, well, and then I would have lost invisibility when I cast True Seeing. So
Yep.
How would you lost? Oh yeah, casting a spell. I don't know. Invisibility.
yes, I cast the spell because I would, like I said, it would have been regular invisibility, and I would have cast the spell. And
Yeah, I'll just follow the topic. I'll just follow the glowing box. Especially since Topic's been humanoid. I feel like there's a
Fair.
humanoid.
Yes. That's fair. So, just to catch you up on what you would have saw if you didn't hear, basically Tofik figured out eventually how to open the box, and smoke started pouring out of it. Well, it was actually fog, but it poured out of it. And then after he took the lid off, a pedestal came up that appears to have a cloth with 5 very thin rings on it. They don't appear to have anything to do with each other. And then because he cast True Seeing, he got to see some other stuff. I know yours isn't active all the time, so it's up to you whether you activate it in this instance. But you, as far as you can see, there's no reason to.
Yeah, well, actually.
Okay. So, Tofik becomes invisible, or uninvisible, whatever, and then starts staring at the box more intently, trying to figure it out. So what did the two of you do as far as resuming from there?
Is it something cool, Taufik?
I have no. Well, yeah, it's cool, but I don't know what it is. There's little people throwing ice, some kind of
Oh,
frozen gas, I believe, into a liquid to create this fog effect.
little people, like very little.
Yes, do you have the ability of true sight, right? Just turn
Yeah.
that on real quick and check this out.
All
I'll
right.
I'll sit down like I'll pull him down with me like to sit down and so like we'll like face each other and just kind of have it in between each other and like just check it out, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, then I'll turn on my true sight to see what he's talking about.
Two people who are like no more than 2 inches tall. They're like little automatons picking up these blocks of ice and throwing them into a cup. And every time they do, more of this fog pours out. And with Trusin, you can also see that the material fabric, which is kind of a light gossamer like fabric, uh, actually does have something to do. As you look at these rings, they're no longer thin pieces of metal that are in ring shape, like, you know, if someone took a piece of wire and just kind of twisted together. They now look like ornate golden rings that has this fabric spectrally woven through it. And in each ring currently is inset a diamond.
Is this like another dimension that we're looking into?
Uh,
Is this?
you're looking at the same thing. I just got this. I just got it open actually.
Have you cast identify on the box?
And not yet. I'm trying to figure this all out before I do all that. There's a process to the madness. And I don't have it prepared today, so I don't want to sit here for you know, all that.
11 minutes.
That's a ritual.
I could
Just be
cast it.
weird. People will start just going, dude, what? Just leave me alone. I would have been done 5 minutes ago if you guys didn't interrupt me over and over again.
8 minutes later, dude.
Can I
Don't
get
worry,
some
I got
coffee,
you.
man? Oh,
I'll
oh,
use it.
cool.
I'll identify it.
You're casting Identify.
Yes.
As you go to cast Identify, you have to touch the object. As your hand reaches in to go touch it, and the magic kind of takes over as it usually does to cast Identify, you hear counter spell as a giant hand comes out of the box and smashes you in the face with a cream pie.
Ah!
And you do not get to identify it because you got counterspelled.
What?
It. The fuck was that?
I have no idea. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Uh,
That wasn't cool. It took some. It
It's like
counterspelled my
it's like if you
spell.
it's like if you broke the law and a lawyer clown was in there and basically was handing down a verdict. That was awesome. Oh, who would
That
send me
was
something?
not great.
But why the theatrics are insane on this?
When that hand goes back in, do we like see where it went when it goes? When we'll see where it went when it went back in?
Make a perception check.
Start. Yes.
It's hard to take in details in a 6-second time window, but now that you're actually you've wiped the cream off of your face, you watch the hand literally deflate as it goes from the shape of a hand to just a limp balloon, and then it just like curls back into the box, and you see a little hatch as the balloon goes all the way back into whatever the recesses of the box is. This hatch just closes at the bottom, and after it closes, you can't see the seams of this hatch.
Do you see that? Like it just went back perfectly. Like you would never see that it was there.
That's hilarious. What flavor was it?
Strawberry.
Hmm.
What
You
what
know you're not really good at following people, right?
what do you mean? I'm pretty good. I haven't gotten lost yet.
So you were following me. I figured.
You're holding a bright box. There's no way I could lose you.
True.
I have another spell, legend lore, but do you know anything about this box? Like the name or anything?
No, I do not, Oni. I just got the box.
The legend lore also goes by description. I could but I don't have the items that would consume it. Do you want to try casting Identify on it?
Like I said, I can later. I'm not going to do that here. And then I can wake in the morning and, you know, um, said it was a gift from a Maya, so it might not be legendary. Just because an item,
Legends haven't been forged yet.
yeah, just because an item is powerful only doesn't, yes, it must have a story. But maybe it does. I'm not saying it doesn't have a story. And I will find that out. Um, as for now, I need to go and analyze this handwriting. And do you know a GB who would be bad as fuck to make some shit like this?
GB?
Yes, that was the card signed by GB.
No, I don't know any GB.
Hmm. I'm missing something, like right in front of my face. I just feel it.
You think those people are hearing us? Little people are hearing us? I don't think so. It doesn't look like
The box is closed.
Oh,
I even believe those people might have even been an illusion. I hope they're not true. I don't know that. Hmm. I don't know now. I'm thinking about it.
also, what type of race do they look like?
The constructs of some sort.
Construct.
Oh, yeah, they
They
were
look like
construct. Oh, that's
ice.
right. They were construct. They were adorable.
And you said they're
Like
putting
a
ice in the cup.
yes, it looked like a some kind of frozen gas that caused a you know the
Maybe they're
fog
putting
effect.
maybe they're putting the coldest ice in cups, and then you serve them out like for a
But
cold coffee.
that'd be weird. That'd be Oni. Great ideas here. We can freeze some gases, take those gases and put them in a cup of iced coffee, creating a
But
carbonating effect and ruining your coffee forever.
You never know. Some people might like some like very ice cold coffee.
I guess I just don't use carbon dioxide, so it doesn't actually add a carbonating effect to this. What gas would you use? Something like an argon? Can you freeze argon?
I
Something
don't even
nerd.
know about this. It's like some kind of spell you're talking about.
It do something. I had a discussion with a gentleman once. Ooh, sounds like there's a ruckus going on over there at the Adventurers Guild. Like some Genasi want to beat the crap out of a giant or something, or Goliath.
Let's go check it out.
Actually, I'm going to the Bureau of Land Management, I believe, or some such. It's down here to the left. Um, I
Isn't that that bad area?
um, is that a bad area? I feel sorry for any motherfucker who fucks with us unless they are intending to fuck with me and you specifically, Oni.
Yeah.
There are very few people in the world who dare fuck with us on just randomly.
Just
And especially on a street. Like they better be coming for Oni and Grimes, because if not, then they're fucked.
it's just I think that's like direction I take for the church. The church should I go?
Well, whatever. I haven't opened up my dimensional portal today, and some guy who's gonna fuck with me is gonna get sent. Well, I gotta check first. You don't want to send him somewhere nice. It'd be kind of, ruinous. Actually, I'll just open a gate to hell and just be done with it. But
I
yes,
won't.
no, I don't think we need to worry. Um, how is your faith in Cyric doing these days?
Praise be all. I'm doing good. They haven't. Nothing's bad ever happened.
Yeah. Oh, nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah. Worship
I trip.
Cyric and
I trip Oni.
faithful. Ah, what was that for?
Nothing bad ever happens, Oni. What are you worried about? Obviously, that was intended in your postulating.
No, that was just you putting your foot in front of me while I'm walking.
Yes, I know. Something bad happened to you. You said nothing bad ever happens.
Well, that is like bad. That's inconvenience, isn't it? That's much more of an inconvenience than a bad.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So what would you consider bad? As you realize, I'm probably like going through my Rolodex of spells right now.
I don't want to say.
No, like really, like what would you like being short again? Would that be bad?
I think it would be those those hags, that one that had that doom magic, the apocalyptic magic. I think that would be very terrible to
Okay,
wake up to that.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Have you ever met a man at the crossroads who asked you questions, offered you greatness for your soul, or
Well,
some such?
no, no, never.
How's that Nick gentleman you refer to, or Nate? I'm sorry.
Hey, oh, he's a very, very good person.
Only I worry for you. I truly do.
Well, if you worry for me, why don't you tell everyone the truth that you're not Warforged?
What are you talking about, Oni?
Hmm. Yeah. I saw you taking off the mask every time.
No, I don't wear a mask. It'd be terribly inconvenient. I've been with you for days on end without you ever. How would I eat or drink?
Yeah, yeah, you got me. All right, I believe. Well, what if you, I don't know, like some kind of like undead or vampire? Like you don't need to eat then.
There you go, Oni. There you go. Vampire. I'm always out in the daytime.
I mean, it's not like vampires all like hate light. I mean, and also if you have all that gear on there, there's no light going in.
I don't remember now.
Oni, Oni, Oni.
All right, so you can go get your little license and everything.
I'm gonna go rent an estate. I can't buy property here in this fabulous place. I'm not nobility as of yet. Um, so I'm going to go rent a fine establishment, and get us out of those horrible well, not horrible, that place we've been living in.
The inn? Oh,
Yes. Hire some servants, make some, employ some people. improve other people's lives the way Oz has.
No, if you ever need help funding it, I'm also willing to pitch in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Archie just funded my house for a long time.
Oh, Archie did that? Well, sweet.
Yes,
Good
he just
shit.
bought a bunch of crystals from all of us and fucking just gave out ungodly amounts of cash.
That's sweet of Archie.
It's not sweet of him. It's called a transaction. He gave us cash for value.
I'm trying to be nice to Archie, and you're saying no. Don't be nice to him. I mean, I'm sure he's.
I forget the sound of his voice and actually what he looks like. It seems as when he acts recently, it's as though he's being puppeted and it's just odd.
For the most part, he's been a cardboard.
I hope he comes to himself soon. But it seems life has pushed too hard. And scene.
I think you're getting busy. Better buy us a three-story mansion.
Can you guys give me like 5 minutes? When I realize that when I go to the grocery list, we're missing a lot of shit. It's like really crucial ingredient for everything we planned for. So give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta fill up my drink.
Only I do notice that the black market Siric's name is mentioned quite
Why?
extensively.
That's weird. Why would they mention?
I don't know. Trying to figure it out. It seems almost tongue in cheek when they do it.
They're insulting the time gun for a reason.
Oh, she wouldn't allow that. She would crush their little fucking head. Well, if she ever had to deal with it. But that woman is terrifying. Kumiko? Oh, I don't know that I can handle her.
Yeah, seriously, it's terrifying. They're really strong.
Oh. He's like, Dad, what about me?
Just want to make sure. Okay, Sirius is dead, right?
Yes. I think Sirius's namesake is actually Seamus. And like I said, I think the god of time, I believe, is technically a goddess of time. I think. I
Yeah.
don't know. And
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
and I
Let's
believe
seriously
that
got
and if it's going the way I thought it is, unless he can correct us, but it is actually an avatar of Jinx who is the god of time. And then she's also riding around on a horse, wearing a mask. Yeah, Jinx is doing. She went slightly crazy.
Only thing I know is that I was going to go for a God time, but then I was told that Sirius will be my God time for now. Or I think I would.
Come on, it's almost done.
Oh, Nate would tell you that. You'll
She's following you.
your god of time. Your right here. Your god of time is Cirrus, and you will dig. Yeah, that's funny. Nate would do some shit like that.
I haven't
He
been
because
raised by Nate.
Nate would just love to lie to you. I can just imagine just the bullshit he told you. So
Was raised.
the person who raised you, did he, this Nate, did he praise Cirrus also? Cyric, my bad.
Yeah.
Which is true because he would have. Interesting. So maybe he is a believer in that faith. And you said he was an adventurer.
Yeah, he's one of the top.
A man of the cloth, you say?
Yeah, one of he knows Rowan's creator.
What? You're kidding me? Like they have friends or something?
I think so.
Interesting. Does not Roran dislike his creator, or is not dislike him, but is like afraid of
I
him?
think he hates him.
I thought okay, he did. Okay, I wasn't 100% sure on that one, but that does sound correct. I thought he expressed a desire for, yeah. Now think about this.
All right.
Oh.
And cutting over scene because you two are still going to the real estate office. We'll cut over to Rowan real quick because Rowan is actually now by himself outside.
Oh, I went
Rowan,
outside too.
Oh, fair enough. So you got okay, then the two of you find yourself outside as you were compelled to do so. It was strange. You've been under illusion type, compulsion type magic before, not to an extreme, but enough that you'd understand what it feels like. This felt different. This felt like if you had a choice, you would have had to be on a whole other level to be able to resist this. You know it's not impossible to resist, but it's so far out of the realm of possibility right now that the guys you accurately deduced between A and S rank, all of them are outside. And if they didn't pass the test or pass the check, that it was less likely that you would. But I think this only lasts until the command is carried out.
How many people draw weapons the second they get outside the Adventurers Club?
What
wasn't technically part of the command.
What was the command?
The command was, if you feel like fighting another adventuring party today, go outside.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. I'm like, did Roran just go outside?
He did. So, because everybody followed the command, if you were hurt, you heal for 50 HP. You are both satiated for the day, so you no longer feel the need to eat. And if you have expended a charge or class feature, you may restore one charge of or use of that class feature. And you have already followed the directive, so both of you now do not feel the need to stand out here anymore.
The other two groups walk off.
They do actually, because as they're coming out of it like you are, they look confused, like they don't know why they're out here. And they're just kind of like scratching their head and they're just kind of mumbling to themselves. And so one group, the Genasi, break off and go to the west, and the Goliaths kind of go in like a southeastern direction.
I look at Roran and say, I guess, shall we go back in?
Yeah.
You enter for the second time. This time you will see the Silver Leonin is actually at the counter speaking to a very... It is blatantly obvious this is not a receptionist. This guy looks like he is very he's very well bred. He's not dressed as finely as the Silver Leonin, but he is dressed very well. The two of you have been around long enough and have been in and out of Adventurers Guild enough to know that this guy isn't technically like the guild master, as you were just informed last time that there is no guild master for the Adventurers Guild branch in the Black City. This guild is actually run by the association itself. But this guy appears to be like a high-ranking member of the association itself. He has like a crest that he's wearing that you don't recognize, but you do recognize that it is a stations type crest. This is worn by somebody who holds authority and position in a governmental body. And then they seem to finish up their conversation. After you guys come back in, Silver Leonin will kind of straighten up his petticoat, dust himself off, turn to leave, and as he's walking past you, you both instinctually take a step 5 feet to the right. And then he just walks past you, and about 5-6 seconds later, there's just this long column of those Leonins that were originally holding back the adventuring parties. They didn't go outside like you did. They just line up in a single file line and pour out of the Adventurers Guild to follow that man.
Man, they were hidden everywhere. Go up to this pseudo receptionist. Hello.
Sorry, a little disheveled as he kind of straightens out his jacket, kind of straightens out his workstation. Wasn't expecting a fight to break out this early in the morning.
No, take your time. Take your time.
All right. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may we be of service today, sir? Or madam? Kind of looking you up and down.
So I was wondering, you had heard a while back that the Kidberry Adventures Guild, you know, there's some issues there. Is there like a finder's fee or a quest to find out where what happened there or where the money is?
Funny you should ask that. The gentleman who just left turned in a report, and the matter has been settled. Just give me one moment, and you'll hear him kind of like tapping on glass, which you guys have pretty much gotten used to by now, as him trying to like search in the system. And he goes, "Yes, apparently the report has been filed under uh, it's a 50-50 split on blame. And punishments will be meted out to both parties, but it looks like the branch manager, the branch guild master of that adventurers guild, has been stripped of his title and demoted. He has not been outright fired, and an incompetent noble is put to death. For allowing, apparently they share the blame enough for allowing such events to happen in the first place. They didn't, according to the report, they didn't have the safety measures even installed. Their excuse was they couldn't find a mage powerful enough, when we know that's, again, according to the report, we know that's crap, because Kyberry is home to one of the most powerful magic families, magic noble households on the Black Plain. The Blue Tongue family is insanely strong and adept at magic. So, not sure why it came to that. I just know what's in the report. So, yeah. I apologize, but it seems the matter you are looking into has been resolved.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll look at the adventure board and look for quests then.
Can I see your guild card for a second?
Sure. I hand it over.
That's what I thought. It's you, the Team A.
Can we
Caught your
like?
fight.
Oh yeah.
You caught your fights. It was amazing work you guys did. I was one of those cheering you on. I took every day off that I got to watch those bouts. You really put it to them, and it was really fun to see you put down some of those gigantic beasts that. Truth be told, the betting boxes were against you. They were saying you were too low level for some of that, and he kind of leans in. I kind of made out like a bandit.
Oh,
I
good
bet
for you.
on you. The first couple rounds before they realized that you're not an average party. But yeah, congrats on making third. That's a heck of an achievement.
Congrats on making money off of us.
Thank you, thank you. The reason I asked, though, is a complicated issue. We have been asked to temporarily ask you to not take any quests. We can't tell you not to take quests, but
Is that because we're under investigation?
Yes, because if you're set to A rank, then it's fine. I mean, there's not really any quests that you're going to take aside from maybe an F or an E that you shouldn't be taking as an A rank. But if you get bumped all the way to S, that's when the rules change. And there are things you can and can't do as an S. Like, just as a point of fact, a S rank S rank, or rather alone an S rank party cannot take a quest lower than a B. because it makes it difficult for the rest of the adventurers out there to get the experience necessary for them to evolve and get better. So we require that an S rank party take a B rank or higher, unless it's a special, because obviously specials circumvent the rules because of their risk, and also because an S rank, and also if you happen to be in the area and you were saving another party because they're about to die, we would never punish altruism.
Ooh. Is there a button on the card that says I'm about to die, come save me? Or a button on the card that we can see like some other group is in trouble?
To take you through orientation.
Did you go through orientation? Warren?
I don't think so.
So that was a lapse of judgment on whoever assigned you your guild cards. Because when we assign you your guild card, we're also supposed to ask you what's a good day for an orientation so that you can learn the functions of the card. I'm truly sorry. Unfortunately, even in a establishment as prestigious and well kept as our Black City Adventurers Guild, we have a few less than stellar apples in our tree. Yes, there is a function on all guild cards that comes standard at the very basic of levels. It will hold your guild card out for you kind of over the counter where you can see tilted towards you, and he'll scroll, which I don't even know if your characters know that you can do that, but he takes his finger and drags it to the left, and you see the normal guild card that you see just slide. And on that side, you actually see all of your ranks that you have. So you see your Hunter's Guild, your Merchant's Guild, the Dark Syndicate is even on this card, and the Adventurers Guild all displayed on one. When normally your primary guild is the only thing that's displayed on the front of your card. And then he swipes it one more time, and you see this. It's like a red circle, crimson colored, that just says POP. No, PIP, sorry, PIP. PIP. You press this button, and it will shoot out a high level light spell that can be seen for up to 100 miles, as well as it will inform the guild network that your party is in danger. It stands for Party in Peril. Since you didn't get orientation, I'll just give you the brief description. Essentially, you use this in any time when your party is about to die. If you have the last man standing, or if you feel like you're up against a creature that you cannot escape, and it is going to kill you, you would activate this feature on your card, and a beacon, and the guild information, the guild network is informed, as well as the emergency light spell is produced. Also, you're
That's very handy.
Sai, aren't you?
Yep, I'm sorry.
Right. There's a note that I need to teach you something, sir. So he swipes it back all the way back to the main part of your card. So you see your picture, your name, your noble rank, which you don't have one currently, and all that other information. He swipes it the other direction. You see teleportation request button.
I've just been sending to you guys.
Thank you. Yes, well, the other receptionists have complained about you. Apparently, he does not like you very much. And so he made a note that the next time you're here and a guild receptionist has their hands on your card, that we show you how this works. You just press this button, and it will query the guild network whether a teleportation point is available at your desired destination.
Oh, that is so much easier.
Could have explained that when they explained the need to notify them.
Right?
He's look, I absolutely agree. You are absolutely correct, sir. This is why we have orientation, and this is why we try to train our people to be civil. But there are a few who get through the recruitment process and then turn into some very interesting characters. He hands you back your guild card.
Thank you.
So, you're like I said, we can't tell you to not take a quest, but have to ask.
The danger you said is that if we accept a quest that's you don't want us to accept anything that's too low. What if we accept something that an S rank could? If we just limit ourselves to the higher quests.
I think that would probably be fine. I don't see why that would be an issue.
We can't take lower than an A if we're S, and right now we're
What would that be?
lower than a B. Can we take an A now? What rank are we?
Or C. So you assume.
2 levels up, yeah.
So do we want to look and see if there's a B or an A?
Take a look.
And that would be okay with you?
Yes. If I can get an autograph. He has a really hopeful look on his face.
He's looking at Roran?
He's looking at both of you.
Sure.
Hold on 1 second. And he like sprints off real quick to what you guys have figured out by now is like the employee lounge / locker room. He comes back with a poster you did not know existed. There is a poster of you guys from when you guys were in the gauntlet. They didn't post them around the city like they were supposed to, but they were being sold as merchandise. If you guys could, it would be so awesome.
And I'll stick the pen into the cardboard cutout's hand and have
Okay, fair enough.
Wave Archie around.
Fair. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Awesome.
I use my own pen and it write every different colors.
Yeah, that's what I'd expect out of you. Let's see. So, what quest do we have today? There it is.
And then I'm gonna type on the guild card to Oni and Mr. Coffee and say, when you get a chance, come to the Adventures Guild. You have to sign our poster.
Okay.
Only who in the fucking what is a poster? Is that like somebody who? Did they like buy a slave? There's like in like a poster somebody who like puts like
Yeah, and you gotta sign it.
those notes on the like oh we're having a play this evening.
I guess they want. I guess Sai wants us to sign up for something.
I think he wants us to sign a person, which is really strange.
No. Sai, I'm gonna mess back. Sai, I don't like writing on people that much.
Me neither. I think it's kind of rude.
Then don't.
Wow.
He's very confusing today.
Very mean. I guess.
But
when
you
we get
still gotta
older,
come to the guild and sign this guy's poster.
He wants us to sign a guy that has a guy.
I'm guessing. I guess they don't own the slave. It's somebody else's slave. Interesting. We should go find out what's going on. This seems confusing. Maybe there's something lost in translation. Maybe they're on drugs. Maybe there is no
Maybe this isn't
person to
even really
sign.
Sai. This is someone else.
Oh, it could be. Check his old text. Is it the same format? Is it like is he using the same abbreviations, misspelling of words and such not? That's how you always tell. Don't just take the words. If you look at it, you're like, dude, they would never ever make a 3 an E or whatever. Just
Yeah, doing like these weird symbols where like this S like has a line, like two lines going through it for some reason.
Yes, I don't even understand what that symbol means. I don't. I'm trying. I've done research, but I came across a word, but it was barely, really scratched out. It was like an H. I think the next what letter might have been a J or a U. I'm not sure. Um, and then an N. So it's like Hun, and then I think it was an I and a V. So like Huniv, I'm guessing it's some kind of race of people that used to exist here on our world, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think they use that symbol or something.
Weird.
So we show up
Huh?
at the Adventurers Guild. I'm talking about just retarded, stupid shit.
Oh, for the two that looked at the board, you got a B rank. For Celestials, I still have to roll what that actually is. We haven't adjusted our roll yet to add the third category. But B rank that's going to have something to do with Celestial. A Z rank that's going to do with the plant. A special rank for a monstrosity. Another B rank for Celestial. Apparently Celestials are popular. And that's it.
And if it's a J, I don't. It's kind of weird because. Skin, go ahead. Ooh, what are you guys choosing?
Well, we can't take the Z rank. Want to look at the special or B rank?
Oh, always looking at specials. We can take that no matter what rank we are. And then you said there was a B, so yeah, that and the B.
The word celestial always means angel to me, and angels are always like good beings. And
Wow, that's interesting. I got the same numbers 3 times in a row.
Destiny.
she loves company. Hey, Sai, question.
Swipe right.
No, I was just wondering if you knew a woman's favorite linguist.
I don't know.
A cunning linguist. Sorry, I can't be more specific. If it wasn't funny, please increase your vocabulary. Oh, and I heard the wizard Elon Musk is not one of those Nazis. They say the Nazis built good cause.
And on a different note, as we get permanently banned from Twitch.
He doesn't own Twitch.
Nobody's friends with the guy who does.
Yeah, they're not listening to our stream.
I know that. I'm kidding.
I know.
So the first one is
I
you need to steal the sword of an angel of judgment. For a collector. He likes celestials and celestial artifacts, and he wants the sword of an angel of judgment. The other celestial is capture a living star so that the Mages Guild can study it.
Capture a what? A living star?
A living star.
We don't have access to the bestiary yet, do we?
Well, you have access to a portion of the bestiary. Let me see what. At rank C, you gained access to Volume 2. So basically, it's 1 through 10 on Volume 1 and 10 through 20 on Volume 2. So for B, yes, both of them should fall under the purview of this search.
Can I look up the living star?
You certainly can.
Excuse me,
Give me a
sir.
second. That is in Courageous Codex.
Do you have a quest that doesn't constitute a crime? Generally. Besides
No.
murdering a monster. I don't mind that. That's not really a crime. But kidnapping a star and stealing a sword just seem off somehow.
Unfortunately, not at the level you guys are at. Well, things and stuff and things.
It's above CR20, and we're supposed to capture it alive.
Oh, damn.
Well, it could be CR20, yes. That B is a 17 to 20. The Living Star. Based on description, they are born from this is just general information, they're born from a sun. They are actually living embodiments of solar energy. They have resistance to non-magical damage, immunity to poison, necrotic, and radiant, charm, frighten, and poison, also stun. There are a few celestial types that aren't inherently good. They're not inherently anything. The living stars literally run the gambit from chaotic evil to lawful good. So they can be anywhere on the spectrum. They are particularly difficult for wizards, well, magic casters in general, because they have resistance to magic, and their favored type of damage is radiance.
Does it say if they're sentient or not?
Oh yeah, this should be common and celestial.
Okay. I don't like the idea of kidnapping and imprisoning a sentient creature for study.
Reading through that, if there was one we could identify as a horrible person or a horrible son thing, I can understand that. But on a general basis, like I said, capturing something for testing, the stealing of the sword seems a little out of our purview also. But
I'm gonna roll me 2d20. First person to call it. Higher, higher, low, odd, or even.
Low odd.
Oh damn.
Good to know. Really? That seems unlikely.
So we're probably not taking those. Did we see what the special was?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Thank you, sir.
That's also the one that said, okay, got from me. Never heard of one of these things before, but based on what it's called, I don't think I like. I don't think I like it personally. I don't want you to capture it alive. They're funny. Oh God. They want you to steal. Maybe not steal is maybe not the right word. Obtain the pincer of a Dracopede.
Long shot, but I'll try to look up the Dracopede in the.
Access level restricted. Oh yeah, that one's fun. Yeah, we've had a few adventurers die on that one. But that's what you get when you sign up for a special.
Do we want to sign up for that one?
I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yep, me too. And did you guys sign his poster yet?
No.
What is the person? I don't see any person that you signed on.
Oh, the poster made of paper there. You've seen like wanted posters and things.
Hmm.
You know the term.
Never pay attention to that. Interesting. Let's sign it. What does it look like? Where am I? Oh, I don't like that picture.
What is this saying? That looks like an older me. Look,
Sure,
Oh,
Snick
look
is
now.
taller.
Sure, Snick is taller and a female.
was he? I think he was normal then.
I was describing that how you are now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's two LFL standing side on each side of a construct who's being flanked by a colorful creature and a man and a ghoulish-looking man in a robe. Oh, and Archie. I don't know how to describe Archie. I'm sorry.
A cardboard cutout.
I'll sign too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
And I'm gonna hand him my list of spells that I didn't get to see if they have them here before we leave.
What do you mean they didn't have them? Have them where? What did you?
Oh, I went to the
would
Mages
you-
Guild and they told me to bugger off.
Oh, you just give me the list. I'll get you what you need.
That's weird. Well, you get they have the legendary ones. They don't have the very rare ones. So you listed out 3 legendaries.
Correct. I show Mr. Coffee. This is my list. They didn't have Demi Plane or Storm God's Haste or Teleport, Force Cage, or Tensor's Transformation.
What?
Or they had it. They just told me that I don't qualify as a mage.
I'm gonna set here.
187,500 for all 3.
Result.
Tensor's transformation. I don't even know if I have Tensor's transformation. Ooh.
We'll buy 2 then.
What level is that spell?
It was a while ago. I just know it was very rare in the scroll thing. And I know that's what the GM cares about when they're looking shit up. They don't care about the level of the spell. They want to know the rarity. I'm thinking it's like 6 through 7, maybe 6.
6th.
And that was 187 what?
1,000.
Straight. Gotcha.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you can say one.
Do you have the very rare Ring of Embiggening?
I will treat that as a separate roll because those are 2 separate types of items. No, they do not, as a matter of fact. Man, they are very out of stock of very rares today, apparently. So you're taking on the special quest?
Yes, sir.
I have a feeling that if you succeed on this quest, you will bring branded as S rank rather than A rank.
So
several parties have died on this quest. Granted, it's a special quest. There's no guarantees, no protections, all that jazz, but just be wary. Fairly strong and competent parties of A ranks have died on this quest.
So if we do this and we come back, are we still under investigation, or do they just put us at fucking the next rank?
I cannot speak to how the association is going to run, but my insight tells me, as I have been working at the Adventures Guild for a fairly long time, my insight tells me that if you're already under investigation and you complete a quest of this caliber, it's going to tip the scale. It's going to tip the decision in the favor of making you S rank.
Thank you.
You might also be the first S rank party in history who was not correctly leveled for it. Well, except for this one party. I swear, they walked in here, and they were all level 1. Yet somehow, they were holding Z-ranked adventurer cards.
That's because their daddy bought them a card.
No, because even Adventurers Guild doesn't do that. I'm not sure how they got away with it, but they did.
I think that sounds like identity theft.
Not a joke, Jim. Well, for one of them, it might have been. Anyway, good luck on this adventure. The
You-
last time it was spotted, it was in the northwest desert. Oh, I should warn anyone who's a spellcaster. That desert is particularly nasty for you.
God damn you people. And your fucking hate for my magic. Mm. I knew I should have made a barbarian. Or play. Oh, God. My dad told me pick up an axe. It'll be useful. Spells, you know. What's the desert gonna do? Eat me?
Well, for the low price of 500 iridium, we do offer a dossier on each desert. Well, 500 per desert, I should say.
How many deserts are there?
5.
I'll swipe my card.
It's like there's 4 of them, but hang on. Those 2 are one desert. No. That split right here.
No, there's a desert that's actually not labeled because no one's bothered to do it. I have it labeled, but the DM's map is way different than what the players has. But it is always good to remember a desert isn't always just sand.
That's true. The ocean.
I'm gonna pay the 2,500.
I'd say 25. Oh, you're gonna buy all of them?
Yeah, fuck that. No, all this shit. We know about Pip.
I will get you that information later, but for the one that is relevant to you, the Desert of Impossible Dreams. There's a 50-50 chance that magic just does not work. When you long rest, you gain everything back but spell points. And there's also, at the start of each day, a 30% chance that your magic items become mundane items while you're in the desert.
All your magic items, no matter what their rarity?
While in the desert.
Yes. I mean, we could technically roll for each magic item you have, if that's what you really want to do. I would just have you do a mass roll at that point. Anything beyond 30. I'm pretty sure that's what this desert is. Let me just double check my notes to make sure I didn't write down another one. Oh no! This is the wrong one. I wasn't wrong about the first part. It's the rest of it that's wrong. Desert of Impossible Dreams. Every time a spell is cast, the player has to roll a d100. Above a 50, the spell works. Below 50, the spell fails, and the caster will take 1d4 times the spell's level. If you fail. If you succeed, you're fine. If you try to remove it... Oh, right. Sorry, there's an incomplete portion to this, but I can explain this part. It takes the form of when you fail, you get skewered by a glass needle. If you try to remove it, and that's what does the d4 times the spell's level, because you get hit by a needle, 1 needle per spell level. If you try to remove it, it's a strength check with a DC, which I'm not going to disclose because that's not something that Adventuring Guild's gonna know. If you fail, it does 10% of your current health in damage as you start to bleed out profusely, and it grows thorns, glass thorns. If you succeed, well, I'm reading. If you succeed, it's a con save. If you succeed, no adverse effect. On failure, you are explained. The dossier is kind of vague about this part, but it does say you are implanted if you fail the con save.
Oh, to become a mummy.
And it uses the word implanted specifically. And then that's the part two to it is that the spell point thing is still true. The magic item one is another desert.
Say the fuck out of that one.
Does it say if like magic items, like casting a spell from an item would also trigger the needles?
They are not that specific, and that's because they hadn't thought to test that. So here's, because I assume you are going to share that information. I'll just
Oh,
post
hell
that.
yeah.
And like I said, I'll share the rest of them to you later, but general gist, when you look over each one, each desert seems to have 2 to 3 effects upon the person that is in the desert. And like I said, the DCs, I'll leave them in there because your players, you know the difference. But it's not on your dossier.
Um, were most of the groups that went after this thing like 50-50 made up of casters and non-casters, or?
Yeah, most of the groups that went after this creature were a good blend. I think the strongest party was a group of 20. They had 7 frontliners, 7 casters, and 6 support types.
Does this creature have a name? The one we're looking for?
No, oddly enough, it is not a legendary type creature. This thing just came out of nowhere. What I can tell you from what little information we have been able to gather through reconnaissance, though normally on a special quest we wouldn't, because so many parties have died, we have at least done a little bit of investigation into it. We know this thing is 200 feet long and 10 feet wide. When it decides to settle down and not move, it occupies a 50 by 50 foot space in the way it coils itself. And at least in the desert, no terrain that it came across slowed it down.
Do you guys need any fairy hill for a desert, or are we not going to do this just yet?
Well, I was fine with the situation.
Yeah, same.
Kind of, expect about 50% of my output. For all we know, it could be 100%. Things could go real bad. Seems there's a chance of spells just not working.
Other than swinging by the Mage Guild, do we want to stop anywhere else?
I was actually heading, I never signed the poster. But I was heading to, just the fact that Sir Snick's on there is just too much for me to attach my name to it. Um, but I'm like, I was actually going to go to the Bureau of Land Management, and I know it's not called that. I just their name is weird, and but I was going to go rent an estate, see what's available, and basically kind of create like a temporary headquarters or maybe a permanent one. I don't know. We'll have to see.
All right, in that direction, I guess.
And then I think we can hire a staff. I don't know if you know people who are trustworthy and might be in need. But butlers and whatnot. We need a good butler, not just anybody. So uh, that would need somebody with intelligence and just understanding of the world.
What about hiring some more Lillifels?
Your kind has not impressed me since I've met the both of you.
But these will be better.
Yeah.
Or hiring some like a good orphans. I could always talk to Nate, see if he could like recommend some.
As much as that sounds like a grand idea, um, I think I would have to pass on anybody recommended by your your mentor.
There's always an option there.
I understand that, and you know, if it comes to that, maybe a messenger or something. Um, Here and again, things of ill import.
That's what I got during the 2 weeks actually, or 4 weeks. Was there any Ring of Atonement attunement that would have dropped, or at least today, since asking today then, before we get taking off.
Because I literally already rolled for that specific type.
Dang it! All right, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Have a good day, and we will walk and talk to the uh, land grant holders.
Department of Land Deeds and Acquisition.
Like I said, Bureau of Land Management. Gentlemen, deeds, acquisitions, yes. Well, gentle people, I should say. Don't want to be rude in today's age, even though I used the word cunnilingus earlier. I'm pretty sure they have a huge map on like a wall somewhere. Got like a huge version of our cards where they can like scroll across it.
What can we do for you, sir?
I like that how you just went with sir. I would have, I would have been misogynistic myself and went the same direction usually. But yes, I'm here for the renting, purchasing, leasing of an estate here in the city.
For what purpose?
A power play. Just kidding, just kidding. No, 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 just kidding. We are adventurers, and living in the compound is cramping our style. We need a place to crash after a week out in the field, casting spells and chopping with swords and stuff, or laser beams, growing big and hitting people with sticks and making them go to sleep. It's just things that happen.
Looking for a place to set up as a base of operations for your team.
Very simplified, but yes.
Well, okay. Let's be specific here. There's 3 types of distinctions that we make. There's recreational, residential, and business. Most properties cannot be more than one distinction.
So you can't do like a business pleasure thing?
No. Because recreation is generally reserved for park spaces, opera houses, things of that rapport.
Ooh, no.
So you're saying a bunch of maladjusted professionals who travel outside of the city on occasion, and come back and relax in a bungalow or mansion or whatever it is that we come up with. Um, that's a business.
No,
I
if
really,
it's just to base up operations for your team, that'll be residential.
that's what I'm.
But if you're looking to, looking to run a business, like selling your wares, serving some sort of food,
Oh,
some
I
sort of beverage.
already have a market for that. Don't worry. Well, I don't yet. I'm working on it.
Then we can help you if you're looking to just to rent. Do you have some sort of identification we can see?
Yeah, I hand them all my identifications. Mage Guild here. I'm part of the Traders Guild. I'm an adventurer. We're actually on a quest right now. I just needed to stop and do this before we went on the quest, so we can have a place to come in. Do you have something furnished? And if I do rent today, can you get it cleaned and prepped and ready for my return? Or
You see, the
Mhm.
look on his face deepens. He looks now more annoyed and bothered. Alright, for an adventurer type. Adventurer types are relegated to a specific part of the city.
What? On whose authoritas?
The Emperor.
I'm the once and future king.
You're not even the closest. We know all the top contenders right now. We have been given orders to treat them with a certain level of professionalism. But we cannot turn away any business, so we had to work within the confines of the rules. You can only rent somewhere in the southeastern part of the city.
Southeast.
How many are in your party and intend to use the space?
It's kind of a weird question. I'm not sure I know the answer to this. Truly. I believe it's somewhere between 4 and 6 or something. There will be no Sir Nick or Snick. Don't worry about it. That's a.
As the lady snick now.
Whatever.
No,
It's still
no.
it's a knight and all that.
But a lady
Is
can't
it?
be a knight.
She can.
Dame, I think.
I think that's
Dame
probably close
Snick.
to the truth.
Oh.
Ooh, 6. So err on the side of caution, and you need a 6-person establishment.
Yes.
Do you need any sort of special needs for the property?
Yes, if Dame Snick is coming to live, do you have a legally hired assassin to eliminate such a person?
We cannot condone the
I didn't think so.
use of assassins
I figured you
with
couldn't.
balls.
I would just asking. I figured you couldn't. I do appreciate something furnished would be nice. Something I don't have to worry about. Going to.
Furnished. But you don't need like waterway access or
When you on
sewing staff.
Oh, we definitely need staff, but I don't know if I want to just have somebody supply their staff to me, or do I should. It seems rather personal.
He wants to pick out the person that's going to give him their staff.
I like what you did there. I don't know if it seemed like a fumble or purpose, but knowing you, that was on purpose.
You say you need waterway access?
I don't, but you said riverfront. That sounds awesome.
We do now.
Yeah.
we didn't before,
Yeah,
but
I
we
mean,
do now.
mm-hmm. Yeah, but say now it's almost like mandatory.
4 to 6 people, has to be in the Southeast District. Riverfront property. C. He writes this in big letters. C rank party.
Is that right?
We're under investigation.
And-
We're soon to be S.
And rebellious sort.
What?
But that's me.
I'm very,
2
I'm very,
exclamation points.
I'm very
Oh,
lost,
that,
sir.
that also reminds me. Tune. And that's even bigger letters than the rank C.
I'm not the rebellious one.
Based on what you need, we got 3 properties.
We'll take them all.
That's astoundingly high. Even those are
I was thinking the same thing. Like, wow, not a lot of people writing properties right now, eh?
Have you seen how many buildings are in the Southeast District? If
Ah, but waterfront?
you can't own property in the Southeast District.
Oh.
So those are all rentals.
Well, what's the rental limit?
What do you mean?
When do you kick me out?
You pay every month, and you get 3 days to make that payment. If you don't make that payment in 3 days, we will send the Blackguard to evict you.
Oh, okay.
Because every property in the Southeast District is owned by the Black Empire.
Oh, nice. Can we do like can we attach it to a bank card?
So, as a matter of fact, we require you to be here in person and make the payment.
We'd pay in advance if we were going someplace.
Yes, you
Was
could do that.
Is that who? Okay. When you say
We're going somewhere. We want to
person,
pay in advance.
if I have like my friend drop off the cash, is that cool?
If there someone who lives there, yes. Otherwise, we will just assume it's unpaid taxes and put it in the unpaid taxes pile.
Why did it have to be somebody that? What if it's an employee of mine, who technically wouldn't? Well, I guess they.
How long prior notice do we have to give you that we have a new person that's living with us?
Do we have to tell you how many people? I don't know their names. The people I'm having come live with me, really. I think they come up with these. They're made up, as far as I can tell you, sir. Every single one of them.
Can we make it 7 rooms and just put a Henry at the end?
7 Henry.
No, Henry's the guy that we make pay our room and board.
Well, that's what I said. Well,
If you get
It's-
7 rooms, then it's going to change the number of properties available.
I 6. We need 6. It's gonna have a servants. It should have servants' quarters anyway. It's an estate, like I asked. Like I asked for like a boarding house.
Yeah, can one of the servants pay our room and board?
It's gonna happen. I mean, one of them is going to live there as I don't care if they're under the stairs like Harry Potter.
Wait, we can live under the stairs?
And you can't. You will live like an elf or no, never mind. Those guys are dirty. they lay in the dirt and hanging out in trees. You will, like a city dweller, you'll sleep in a room. Close the door and behave
Okay.
yourself.
He's going over to the giant board and putting like a tack on each house that fits the criteria.
I liked that one. I saw that one earlier. I was admiring as I was walking by.
These are the 3 properties. Oh, sorry, Riverfront. Hold on.
Does that one come with a
Let me
boat?
zoom.
Oh,
Do we have like a slip? I want that one.
Well, technically it's a warehouse, but there is lodgings in the warehouse.
I want the warehouse.
you want the
Like, do
warehouse?
we
You don't
rent the
want
whole warehouse?
You don't want the one further. This one looks. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, that one doesn't really have like a dock.
We
I see
want a
what you're
dock.
saying. Well, that's what you were asking for. You wanted the one up here, right? Which one did you want?
The one that's got a boat parked in front of it.
So you wanted this one like there.
But I
boat.
mean, that's just off a whim. What are you guys?
No, I don't really want a warehouse.
So scratch that one.
I do like your boat one. Oh, me and you were thinking of different ones. I thought the one to the right was the warehouse.
Warehouse is the one with the boat.
Ah, gotcha.
We want to be closer in
Yeah.
town then?
No, I still like that one down further southwest. Just looks more estatey. The one that's being attacked right now by some
Okay. Yeah.
strange moment. That's the one I feel. You know, if anybody else has any, if you did want that that warehouse one that I, you know,
No, that's fine. This one's just south of every place that we fucking visit. So yeah.
Anything we should know about that property?
see, that's why we have Roran here.
Less than an hour away from the Adventures Guild. And the Academy of Learning Wizardry. And
Yeah,
the
we
Art
were
of Stabbing.
thinking of the negatives.
That particular property, there are no negatives.
Like there's no hauntings going on. Somebody didn't use a Ouija board in there recently, and summoned a spirit that I need to know about.
Oh, you consider that a problem? Then yes, it is haunted. I figured as adventurers and all, ghosts wouldn't bother you.
I don't want them at home.
That's
That's why I don't
okay.
have a Ouija board.
I'll just go to work and I'll send him on his way.
He'll rent us the property, Sai. You don't have to kill the man.
Is it Roar or Vondar who can tell lies?
It's Vandar.
That's what I thought. Sai, you can tell lies, right?
Yes.
He just straight up lied. There's no ghost.
Son of a bitch!
Sai is beginning to realize the burden that this power brings him.
Yeah, I was looking forward to a ghost. Anyways, how much is it a month?
200 iridium.
So I can pay in advance?
Yes.
200. So 2,000 would be 10 months. 20,000 would be.
Over a year. A year and a quarter.
So how many months are in a year?
16.
glorious
16,
months.
that's right, 16.
10 days, so 10 days a month, 3 weeks in a month, 16 months
how
in a
many-
year.
So it's 200. 116 months in a year. Not bad. So every year is 3,200.
He says, not bad.
So 32,000 would just
I
give
just,
us 10
I just
years
wanted,
worth of.
I wanted to be known that that's a lot of money. You guys just don't feel it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It totally is a lot of money.
32,000 is a year's worth of rentage.
Yeah, like 32,000 is no 30. Yeah, 30. No, 32,000 is 10 years worth of. Right? No. Yeah, is a year. No, a year was 3,200. Because it's 200. Yeah, it's 200 a month. So 16 months. So 3,200 is 1 year. 32,000 is 10 years.
I put
No.
3,200 on the counter.
What are you doing? Pay.
Pay in advance.
I know.
You get the next one.
I pay. I'll reach in my. I'm like, because I know I carry an ungodly stupid amount of fucking money somewhere. I probably have a large gem on me. So you just paid 32. I basically hand him the equivalent of another 28,800. 10 years. Just get it over with. I don't even want to deal with it.
But we gotta go hire servants.
Mhm. Well, if
They
it
got
takes
planes for that, right? We go to certain planes. We gotta sign
Mm.
anything?
Oh, we definitely have to sign something. I believe.
He pays base. Paid for 10 years. There. You now have a note. It's official.
Sweet.
Yes, you'll spend like the next hour filling out paperwork.
Why do I have to initial like 8 times on a page?
Man, going through that, dude, that was insane. Well, this piece of paper says, yeah, I'll read it.
But when you initial something, you just put S, or it's like
I spell my whole
there are
name.
multiple parts.
That's not an initial, Si. Initial is just the first letter of your name, or the first letter of each of your names.
You should.
The guy looks very undeterred by the fact that you've been signing your whole name. He's just kind of sitting there. All right. Here are the keys. Hands you the keys. Here's your receipt. Hands you a slip of paper, which looks like it has an official seal on it showing that you've paid 10 years in advance.
Put that. We have.
That is one expensive ass property.
All right. Now we need to get permits to add a boat launch and get a boat. Do we have a lawyer?
Are they a lawyer for everything? Like they can't
We
be
should,
other
we,
than.
we should get one on retainer. A lawyer clown will definitely come in handy. You probably know
Is
all
it?
the little ins and outs of.
Ooh, why don't you ask that guy?
Honk.
I don't speak his language actually.
I
Well, I
did.
guess I could ask him. Oh, you're an amazing person, Roran. You know that. An amazing person. Why do you think I?
This is one of those rare moments, Rowan, that Larry Clown is truly messing with you. When he says honk, he's actually saying honk.
That is hilarious.
And then it makes you realizing that you actually understand him. Sorry. You need a lawyer on retainer?
Wow. That is
What's wrong with
amazing.
you guys here is honk, 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 honk. As so Rowan's just that you're actually understanding this language.
That dude should have passed.
Yes. Is there a fee for containership?
Nope. We get our fees and deals when actual cases come up. All you just need to have as he pulls out a card out of his. Actually, he pulls it straight out of his chest rather than like out of a pocket. Hands it to you. You just need the card and say, "I need a lawyer," and Ike will come.
You say Ike?
Is it bloody?
Nope.
Okay, I'll give the card to Tofik. Yeah, you
Thank
can just ask for a lawyer clown and he'll come.
Oh. Wow. I
Thank
can
you.
imagine a bunch of these guys in a courtroom.
And he disappears.
It'd be crazy to be in a room with those guys. Like three of them are, going at each other because most likely the judge was a lawyer clown too. So that means you just got a bunch of honking. You understood?
The guy, the official who runs this, or at least took your business, so to speak, goes, no, there's not a lawyer clown who presides as judge. It's a clown judge that presides as judge. Unless it's a super serious case, and in which case, the emperor could reside, or even a god, depending on how bad you've messed up.
So are clown judges like different than are they a different place than a lawyer clown?
They are, from what I understand, the evolution. As lawyer clowns do not have a traditional job or class, they instead become powerful by evolution.
I have an aspiration of all those lawyer clowns. I want to be a judge. Interesting.
I mean, that's technically not wrong. A side tangent, but lawyer clowns actually have two branching evolutionary paths. They either become a clown judge at the first stop, or they become a gray clown at the first stop. And then each respective tree evolves from there. So You have a clan or retainer. You have a house.
Check out the house.
Oh, definitely.
It didn't take you long. The Department of Land Deeds and Acquisitions is actually in a building that is a part of the castle body. So it's like the office is literally like one of the small corners of the big castle building. So I mean, it would take at normal walking speed, it would take you roughly an hour and a half to get there, just because the city is that massive. But you get there, and I'll make a map for it next time, or have a map ready for it next time. But essentially, you come in, it is well furnished. It's not a noble's house by any means, but you could assume that a mid-level merchant would live here. Somebody who has a decent amount of money, but they're still not. Their social standing is still not enough to be considered the lowest rank of noble. Which, in actuality, the lowest rank of noble could actually have less money than a mid-ranked merchant, but that's just how the society is structured, is that nobles are quote-unquote more important. So it's not always about money, but it is about status. Currently. So I mean, the furniture's well made. It's been, you can tell that they actually keep this place cleaned up and presentable. You find that it actually has like 12 rooms. Hey, he said the criteria changes. He didn't say you would lose one of the ones that was on your list.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that the big warehouse that has the dock had only 6 rooms. So that you said 7, it would have been taken off the list. But they're a big horse again. Goofball. Yeah, so it's two, well, technically like 3 if you consider the basement as a half floor and the attic is a half floor. It's kind of 3 floors total. So 2 floors with 2 half floors. Every room is furnished as you asked. Kitchen is fairly well stocked, well maintained.
Fabulous. Oh. Now I really do have to work. So in 10 years when we forget to, sorry, in 10 years and 3 days when we forget to pay the bill, we'll get kicked out of here.
Making a note of that.
I'm gonna go hire some ghosts.
You're going to haunt this place. That's a good. That makes sense. Makes sense. Might as well.
On Liquimont, the 23rd. No, 25th. 133 of the Second Age. Or 33 of the Second Age. The Team A will get kicked of their residence if they do not pay their inflated rent.
Inflated.
So,
Well, 10 years it's gonna go up.
Damn it. We
I
should
mean,
have paid.
you did pay this well to the point where, because technically the way that they would normally do in the Black City, you probably would have had to pay like 201 next year, then 202 the next year. But by paying 10 years in advance, you've literally saved yourself money in the long run.
is anyone fighting over the basement?
Not me.
No, didn't sound like it.
Bonus. How long are we staying here? As I pull out a jackhammer.
Well, have you decided whether or not to go after this Draco? What was it?
I know two of us had already acquiesced, and so, or I think I said that wrong.
It wasn't Draco Tar. It was a
No,
Draco lizard.
we accepted.
Lycopene.
A Dracopede had legs. So basically, a dragon with a bunch of legs, or is it a centipede that can
Sure.
fly?
There was like 8 dragons sewed together.
That's disgusting. Like that horrible play they did with the um, halflings. I didn't accept that. That was just foul.
There's an Ogrepede that has that sewed together.
Ogre.
All right, yeah. I'll throw this stuff down there. I'm gonna mark one of the walls. I'm like, yeah, we can go.
Why would you need a jackhammer? Magic is such a better form of creation than
All right,
brute
well,
force.
well,
Things like stone
oh,
shape and such are just
I figure we got 10
Absolutely,
years,
Bart.
and eventually we could like, you know, aside from where my room is, right? We're gonna work our way down so that we can have a boathouse down here, and then like a hidden entrance that we can like get in our boatmobile and go
like
down.
a grotto, and not even a boat. You're talking something like submersible, because obviously you're going down. You're gonna be under the water line.
Well,
And
we're I don't know how high over the water are we?
that's a good question. I didn't know. I didn't even think about that. It
Because
does
there's a
look like
cliff
some.
there.
It seems rocky. It did.
We
It
got
did
10.
look
We
Go
got
into the
plenty of time to
basement.
work on.
Did you actually go into the basement?
Oh yeah, I'm putting my equipment down there.
You find a strange door in the basement.
There's a what?
strange door in the basement, right over there. You didn't see it?
There's a strange door down here. Can I open it?
It's our house. We can do what the hell we want. Why is he yelling?
Yeah,
We're like right here next to him.
I'll head down.
He was talking about jackhammer, so I came to check out what the fuck he was talking.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rowan's. Hey, Rowan. Hey, look, there's a strange door over there. He's gonna open it. When you say strange, could you give us a better?
Death
Absolutely, I can.
emanates from it.
Like, I will just show
Or would
you.
that be more familiar? That wouldn't be strange.
Ooh, that's interesting. You say
Onyx looking door with red bricks that outline the entirety of the door. It has a giant white skull with a red handprint in the center.
a giant white skull with a red hand.
A red skull with a white handprint?
I think you got that backwards.
A white skull with a red handprint.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. And do we know who that represents or what that symbol is?
Not particularly. You can try to make a history or a religion check.
Anybody? Nobody knows what this might be.
I mean,
9.
I do have some slight religious leanings. I've done some good study in it. No, not at all. But I can make that an 8. I believe I have an 8 left. I do.
8's lower than 15.
No, I can, instead of rolling a 1, I would roll an 8. So it would have been, yeah, so instead of 15, it would have been a 20 something. 22.
I only know 2 religions, and that's
3,
death and
4 gods come to mind when you think of this symbol, Roran. So actually, let me do this in order. With a 15, no one comes to mind that matches this exactly for you, Tofik. It's kind of general to you, though though it is not exactly a standard skull. It's interesting enough that it's it definitely represents some sort of divine being or infernal, but it doesn't represent anyone that you know. Only with a 23, you are certain this is a symbol to your god Cyric, as his symbol is a jawless white skull on a black and purple sunburst. You're sure that the sunburst has faded, but the skull stands proud. And then with a 29, Roran, 4 gods come to mind. Merkel, who is just a straight up god of the dead. His symbol is a white skull, just a plain white skull. Yurgul, god of dead and the dead. His is a skull with a scroll seated within its mouth. Not quite right because there's no scroll here, but this is just kind of what you're pulling from the religious aspect. Cyric also comes to mind for you as well. And then Baal would be probably the closest. His symbol is a skull surrounded by a ring of red bloody droplets.
Oh, I think this represents mine. Cyric.
Do you want to go through it then?
I'm gonna say if your connection.
Yeah, true. Only will go to the door and try to open it. Probably leads to the church.
Church.
Yeah, the Cyric church that's here.
I make sure I have I just make sure my staff's in my hand and everything. I'm like prepared to murder something on the other side of this door.
I never thought anyone was going to find this. So it's interesting that this actually is getting used now with current events happening. So you got to open the door, Oni?
Yeah.
The eyes of the skull deepen in black, and the red handprint begins to glow an ominous red color. Do you speak Infernal?
Let me.
And he's the only one who hears this. You see it glow, but this is this will echo in his mind. Just depends on whether he understands it or not.
Sadly, I speak Abyss on D speech, but not Infernal.
Cate osso vorrei.
It like turns around and says, it told me something, but I couldn't understand it.
And then how'd you know it did not ask you a question or beg your pardon?
Probably. It was Akate Agafori.
I come for your soul?
I don't think
And
Sirius
and
would
and
do that.
and 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 it's not the come hither
I don't think Sirius
come.
really asked
It's
for
I
trouble.
believe it is a more of a
I come for your
yes,
soul.
like
Your soul is mine.
I climax for your soul, I guess is how you would say it. I'm sorry. I was a little confused.
No. Sirius doesn't do that.
Hmm.
Must be. Huh, must be a wrong god. My apologies. I thought it was Sirius.
Does anyone else want to try and open the door?
I'll approach it.
The language is. What is the color of night? Is what it asks.
Black?
The eyes in the hand stop glowing. You get the sense that that was not the correct answer, or at least the answer it was looking for.
What happened? Oh, I guess you were able to send it, but what did it say?
Uh, what is the color of night?
Like a trick question? Is it like color of night?
Did we hear Rowan say
Oh,
black,
black.
or did they say in
You said black,
Yeah.
and it said to pound
Color.
sand.
We didn't say anything after that.
Oh, if you touch the door again, does it ask you again? Or do you no? You don't want to do that.
I'll approach the door again.
What is the color of night?
I'll go back. Yeah.
Clear. There's no color.
You say clear?
Well, does night really have a color? What color is the moon that shines in the sky at night?
Gray?
Yeah, let's get that information from the man who actually probably knows the answer. What color is our moon? Do we ever ask that question before?
This is the first time anyone has asked that question.
Do we have okay? First of all, do we have a moon?
I thought we have two moons.
I certainly have a moon, yes.
Oh.
Okay.
But Oni's not wrong also.
So it's basically kind of just like our current moon. Nothing crazy.
3 moons.
We have 3.
But they're never in the sky at the same time.
Oh, what is and do they rotate all the time? So it's like not the same ones up in the
Are they the
middle of
same
night.
color?
Nope.
Oh,
We
what
got the
color
red,
have we
red,
seen moons?
red, white, and black.
close. Red, white, and like a dark blue.
So do we answer one of the moons?
Also, the moon colors are freaking the American flag.
What's that?
What's wrong with that? Could be a bunch of different flags actually that are red, white, and dark blue.
No, several, as a matter of fact.
Manny, I had a couple. The Dutch, the I think a French flag,
Russia.
Do we want to try one of the colors of the moon?
Yeah.
That would make no sense again. Well, it could. You're right. It could make sense. What is the color? Oh,
Well, two of those colors are on the front of the skull
que-
thing in the hand.
What question I have right now? What is
So
it night? Is it night right now?
No,
No.
it's like 9 in the morning.
Okay. Well, say if it was, I didn't think it was nighttime. And do we know what moon will be in the sky this evening?
Well, it's Liquimont. 22nd.
They need to put that Ember calendar out so you guys can use it. That thing would be fucking awesome.
I mean, we have a calendar.
Well, it's actually so Ember has 6 moons and it tracks the movements.
Oh, ours does too, actually. I just forgot to put in 3 moons.
That does.
Ours is not our calendar's fault. Ours is my fault. I forgot because when I had to rebuild this world, I imported calendar settings, but I didn't import all of them
Oh,
because my version was old. But yes, it actually and I mean I think Embers is still better anyway, but this does track like lunar cycles and stuff.
and that's all you need. That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Oh hey, they do. Yeah, I can actually readjust. I need to. Thank you. You reminded me. I need to readjust the moons because that's not the name of the moon either. It's still Saloon.
Oh.
So it's defaulted back to Faerun's moon. So this one would be the Crimson Moon. So basically, the first 10 days of every month is generally the White Moon. The next 10 days, so the 11th through the 20th, is the Blue Moon, and then 21st through the 30th is the Red Moon.
So should I grab the door and say red?
Could try it and see what happens. Makes sense. Like I said, I don't know.
And red's one of the colors on the front on the door. I'm gonna touch the door.
True.
Do you speak Infernal?
Yes. Well.
What is the color of night?
Red.
Odd, high or low?
So here's the. That's a highly odd question to ask me.
Yes.
The door has a bunch of just like dust. It seems to be forced out towards you, as this door has not been opened in a very long time.
That is the same number you rolled earlier for the high or low.
I know it is. That's why I'm getting it out here. But before, when I was running the type of quest you had, I rolled 4 4s, or 3 4s. I'm like, what does this mean? I keep rerolling the same numbers. Makes me nervous when that happens.
Well, that means that means it truly is random.
Yeah.
Hey, someone said they wanted to go to hell.
I did.
And this does not seem to be that far off. As you open the door, by the way, Sai, you're incredibly strong. So this is less of an effort for you, but you know this door would be very difficult for someone not in the fighter's level of strength to open. As you like pulling it, and it just scrapes and tears up the floor as you're opening the door. It is cutting and breaking.
Thank God I didn't try to open that. I'm not gonna be able to pull that door open.
I think this door was here and someone built the room around it.
They might have.
Nah.
How strong Aurelio? You look pretty buff there. Okay, what's inside?
And as you look, it is terrifying. And by terrifying, I mean it's like it almost immediately leads to a wall, and then you're like, what the? A wall, and then you actually take like you stick your head in a little bit to take a look, and it's because it abruptly turns into this like spiral staircase that's less than like a foot in turn. You're not sure how anybody gets down that staircase, but it's a staircase.
Oh yeah, this isn't sick at all.
See, only if you were still small, this would make this so much easier. But now you have to stuff yourself down this hole.
It's the life of getting tall. I know, but
So, is anybody going to brave the staircase?
Sure.
Technically, I have 30 feet of blind sight and 20 feet of tremor sense, but my first level of divinity extends that to 1 mile.
Oh God.
Your tremor sense tells you that this staircase goes down a good 500 feet. And it opens up into a vast, I shouldn't say vast, it's about a space that occupies maybe 2 or 3 times the house underground, and it appears to be chambered, so this isn't random, it definitely feels like it's been designed. But no living life form triggers against your tremor sense.
Okay, it looks like it's a spiral staircase down 500 feet, a bunch of chambers underneath. Does it look like it leads out to someplace else, or is it just chambers?
It is only this. This appears to be, as far as your 1 mile shows, this is the only entrance and exit.
Yeah,
Some kind of
doesn't look like it's next to anything.
some kind of jail cell or a dungeon or something.
Maybe. I'll head down.
man, Topic, you got some kind of deal. You have like a whole extra like part of the building.
You would.
Yeah, I was gonna put a spiral staircase in here to get us down to the river. Like it's already here.
We're all just. I think we're all just walking down the staircase while we're talking about this.
Well, okay. Who here has less than a 15 in dex?
Me. Oh, wait, no. Surprised, I forgot that the cards help me out.
If you have less than a 15 in dex, you'll need to make a roll. Higher than 15, then you're good.
16.
It's a tight fit. It's very tight. You have to like crab walk sideways to get down it. This is a very impractical staircase. But as you get in to the space, that's what we're gonna call it for this session.
Nice. Great way to stop that.
I'm gonna have questions about the.
Thanks for
divinity,
watching, everyone.
messages
Epitaph Creation
sometime.
streams Monday, Tuesday, and
That's
Wednesday.
fair.
We're
That's
taking
fair.
next Monday off, and next
And,
Wednesday is going to be World of
good night, guys.
Darkness.
Have a good one,
Right.
sir.
Have a good one. I'm like, I can use Arcane Gate. Wait a second. I can't use Arcane Gate. Arcane Gate, I have to pick 2 fucking spots I can see within 500 feet of each other. Motherfuckers.
It's the great part about Arcade Gate. It's I feel you because when we were playing our Saturday game, I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, this is a great spell. And then I realized later after I took it, I was like, wait a minute, that says 2 points that you can see. What's the fucking point?
Yeah, you can't fucking use it to get through a wall. You can't use it to get, inside a building. You can't use it to, bypass a building.
If you need to like evacuate people, maybe it'd be useful, but
Yeah, because you'd have to be in the building. You couldn't even use it outside the building because it's a spot on the ground you see. So you can't, unless you're above looking in somebody's fucking window, you can't see the floor.
yeah.